Yeah, we'll see. What's up? Yeah, I just heard. I just. Dance with me, Colin. Dance. That's great. I don't mind. I just heard myself.
Oh, that's real good. to accomplish something and fully succeed. You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
Hey, what's up, chat? What's going on? Hopefully, everybody good. Hello, hello, hello.
What's going on?
What's going on, people?
Howdy.
Oh shoot! Wait, what? Oh no! wait,
What?
wait. Why don't you guys talk?
Why?
Yo,
Oh,
you see how it's
no.
coming out in like 2 sources? What is?
Oh,
no! No! Wait, Colin,
you
you
prepare
talk?
for everything, and then you
Sources
never
be
know the
popping.
Oh no, that sucks, dude. Wait. I don't know if someone could tell me if their voices are like overlapping. Is someone able to tell me if their voices are overlapping by any chance? What
I
up?
see somebody said echo in chat, so
Yes, echo. Crap.
Yeah.
Is echoing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sorry, chat. We're gonna Steve Rogers watching this on the moon, guys. We literally set this thing up like an hour ago, and like an
Why
hour
didn't we test it?
because it was fine. Because like when we did the thing, it was like not doing that
Yeah, well,
for both of them.
I think so.
I don't remember doing that. All right, hold on. Let me. Sorry, folks and folks. Let me just make sure that this is correct.
boom chickaraka.
Two Collins. No, it's just two Collins on screen. That's great.
Yeah,
I don't know if the world
Bucky.
can handle that.
Yeah,
The world
no.
can handle that.
Or I can't handle that. All right, I think Donnie's back on screen now.
Colin. Two Colin.
Oh lordy. Talk again, guys. Sorry about this. Technical difficulties.
Good old life free fails. Good old life free fails.
Howdy. Howdy.
Okay. Wait. It's the sound ninjas attacking. You see, my dear friend Donovan would understand that joke. You know, if he watched a certain show
Oh man.
that I'm
that's
trying to get him to watch,
Or
but you
the
know,
2 episodes.
more than 2 episodes of a certain show, you know. But like, you know, it is what it is.
They said the echo's gone.
The echo's gone.
I don't know. Let me check.
Echo eliminated. No, don't say that. Don't say Echo eliminated when the Bad Batch coming up in 2 days.
Yeah. Echo not getting eliminated this time.
Yeah, the Echo was not eliminated.
No, I still hear it. Yeah.
All right, I think we're just gonna go to Plan B and just have you guys come through the desktop source. I think we'll just do that to save time.
Loki is releasing in June. That should be a good show.
Talk Donnie.
What's up?
Cool. I'm gonna just
Howdy.
yeah, I'm gonna just have you guys come through the same input, just because I can't really figure that out right now, and we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be spending like a whole like hour trying to fix this while it's live, and that's like not good. So so anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Those who are live, it's been a minute since I was live. Colin, don't say nothing. Donnie, don't say nothing. Since I was live. For those who don't know, this is my fiance,
Shannon, aka Cosmic Bangs.
Cosmic Banks. These are my 2 good friends in the top right, left, top, right here.
Both.
Right there is my friend. Donnie, go ahead, introduce
That's
yourself.
me, right? Is it? I feel like
Yes.
that's me.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
that's
you.
Hi. Howdy. I'm Dino. Channels Reno Universe. Just here to chat it up with some friends.
Oh, you don't have the channel. Well, Donnie's channel. On.
Huh?
You had Donnie's channel on last
Yeah,
time. You don't have it on there.
Damn it. Okay, the links to this channel is down below, and then I have my other good friend here, longtime moderator on the channel, on all my channels for the most part, and good friend of mine, Colin. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Name's Colin Schaefer, aka the Lord Schaefer, on almost all my social medias, including the occasional Twitch stream that I do every now and again. But yeah, you can find me at the Lord Schaefer. You can find me if you're on Twitch, you can pretty much find me anywhere. I'm in a lot of places, especially if you're in the art community. But yeah, I try to hop in and hang out with these guys as much as I can, and it's always a fun time when we get together.
Yep, and we still have to do that Overwatch and our Battlefront stream.
Yes.
I can do Battlefront. I would be absolute garbage at Overwatch because Cyberpunk is my first mouse and keyboard.
Oh
game.
boy, you could play a controller in though.
I've been trying not to touch the controller except for driving, but I've been starting to click some heads. It's starting to get a little bit better, but still working on it.
Okay. There's no echo. Yes, there's no echo. Just because I had to change it up a little bit in the Streamlabs, but it's all good. For now, we'll fix it next time. So anyway, so you can see from the title of the stream, we're gonna be talking about Captain America and the White Wolf. Even though I have it, the Winter Soldier, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Captain America, the White Wolf, whatever you guys want to call it. We're gonna be talking about that in this stream for a certain amount of time. So sit back, make sure you got some popcorn or something, make sure you got some food or something. Make sure you got your peoples next to you, a drink, something, water, something, anything. We're finna talk about this thing. Who wants to start? Who wants to start talking about this? By the way, we just gonna go free talking and just whatever. I got no plans as to what we're gonna talk about. We just gonna talk.
Yeah, same.
Who wants to start?
Why are you looking at me?
Who wants to start?
I mean, overall, like I enjoyed it. It was definitely a change up from coming off of WandaVision, obviously, where that show was dealing with a lot of like personal stuff and really getting to know those characters. Whereas this show, like obviously they dealt with their own personal issues, but like there was definitely a lot more action and fight scenes and stuff involved, and like they did a really good job with all that, especially. Like they let it off hot with that first episode and the helicopter scenes and stuff like that. That was really lit. And then I liked how they brought it back full circle with the end. But the end of the show was they had more helicopter fight scenes. But overall, it was just a really good show, and I like how they showed Sam and Bucky dealing with their own issues, like as like just real people, instead of as part of like the Avengers,
yeah,
being like just a hero, like dealing with hero problems, but instead they showed them dealing with their real world, like grounded problems.
What about you, Reno Universe, Reno the man?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Like, for me, I think the show did a good job of like kind of keeping me invested with the characters, but I feel like there was some stuff that I felt was a little left out. Like I kind of wish that they had more Bucky, like doing, more action.
Yes, I agree, bro. I agree.
Nah, I've seen some people say in the comments as well, and I agree. He kind of seemed a little watered down. Like he seemed like he could do some of the stuff he was doing, but just not to the extent he was doing it, which is a little weird.
I have an explanation for that, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. I have my own thoughts on that, but
all right.
But I'm gonna keep it in mind. But yeah,
and. See, personally, I know a lot of people didn't like John Walker, but I love John from the beginning because I like it's kind of biased though because I love Wyatt Russell, so like I just kind of automatically love John. But
didn't I tell you it was Kurt Russell?
Yeah, like at the same time though, like I appreciated the fact that you could see from the beginning that he was just stressed. Like from the very first moment he's on screen, like he's just stressed. So like from that point on, I really enjoyed his character, but. I mean, aside from that, I guess we'll get into the rest of it later, but those are like the major things I really think about it right now.
Definitely John Walker, I think, is something we need to talk about. Just because in our videos, I don't know if you two have seen our reactions at all, but we talk there's like some back and forth with John Walker throughout the entire series, like when we were watching it. And I'm gonna go more into that. But before we get into that, what were your general thoughts on the show?
I mean, overall, I thought it was, like, well done. Like, it's not, like, the same WandaVision vibe, which I didn't think it was gonna be, and I think a lot of people went into it kind of expecting, like, a buddy cop type of film.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be that. It was supposed to be, like, a Marvel movie, but just extended. So I think a lot of people were, like, kind of disappointed from that in the beginning. But... I mean, overall, I really liked it, even though it was more so towards Sam, but I think we kind of needed that, because Sam wasn't really highlighted much throughout the movies. Yeah. So I'm kind of happy for my guy, you know? Like, I've been saying it from the beginning, like, he need more love, so...
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, the whole thing with Sam, I mean, honestly, like, I share most of the general thoughts about the show, to be honest, but, I feel like, when it comes to Sam and, like, Bucky and the whole... situation with them, my thing with it was, yes, I wanted to see more Bucky and I wanted to see more Sam. I want to see more Winter Soldier type stuff, but I feel like, I feel like a lot of his story was told throughout so many different movies. Winter Soldier, we had like pretty much the whole movie was about him. Civil War, was an extension of that story with him basically trying. That was the beginning of him trying to become a new person, because we had the accusation with King T'Chaka, and then we had things like T'Challa going after him and everything like that, and like Captain America becoming Captain Treason, and like literally just like, freak y'all, I'm protecting my friend. And then the whole thing. So like I feel like a lot of his story was told even from the beginning, from when he was just Bucky Barnes to falling off the train and then finding out that he's alive later on. And I feel like his story did its time, and I feel like this show actually was more to highlight, like to kind of echo off what you're saying, was to highlight Sam and to give him much needed backstory for his character, because he was pretty much a sidekick for a lot of the stuff that he was in, like the Winter Soldier, right? Sidekick, right. What's his name? Infinity War, Endgame, all those, Civil War, like he was just like a sidekick. He was just the friend of Cap. And then when Bucky came back, it kind of pushed him off to the side a little bit. And I feel like Sam definitely needed this development. This is important for his character. Yes, I do think they could have balanced it out a little better though. Giving them proper, I guess, wrapping off Bucky's story. The thing with the scene with him in Wakanda and Io and the whole brainwashing thing, that was like the most we've seen from him. But it was good and it was necessary. And it was like even that split scene was like one of the best performances I've seen from Sebastian Stan. Like that was great. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of share some of those opinions, but I kind of feel like it was okay that it was more about Sam. Just because we now, people who weren't really as close to him before now feel a certain pride with him, and they feel closer to him now.
Well, and I feel like for people who aren't like the dedicated common fans, for the people who just kind of go and watch the movies, I feel like this really kind of helped them see why Sam was given the shield instead of Bucky from Captain at the end of Avengers. Like, obviously, people who read the comics and all that stuff, they know that he gets the shield and, like, he's worthy of it and all that stuff. But I feel like for the people, like you said, he's been a sidekick kind of character in the movies. And so like, if you're just, like, kind of like a movie watcher and you don't really, like, read some of that other stuff, you're like, well, why did he give Sam the shield and not Bucky? And I feel like this show definitely gave, like, this is why Sam deserves the shield.
No, I agree. The whole thing about like Sam being kind of Bucky being kind of watered down. This is my thought process on that. And any of you guys, feel free to just cut me off at any point if you got a thought you want to say. But like I feel like Sam, and we talked about it in our reaction too. Like Sam was I keep saying Sam. Bucky was holding back because the whole purpose of him was not to be the Winter Soldier anymore. He didn't want to be that guy anymore. And we saw it in the bar sequence with Zemo. He was bodying people. Like he was literally just tearing people up, and he had to catch himself. Right? And he was literally about to pound this guy's head in the table, and he had to catch himself and be like, no. So I feel like first of all, he didn't want to do too much damage to John because he was already in trouble with the government. He already had the government like watching his every move, because they can literally throw him in the raft or something again. Right? He's trying to be on good terms with them. So he's not trying to get caught up in no smoke. So this guy is holding back. One, John Walker at the time was literally, ironically, a U.S. agent. Before he became the U.S. agent, he was an operative of the United States government. So attacking someone who was in direct command of the U.S. government and the military, someone who was like a representative of the nation's military, you don't want to get that smoke, bro. You don't want that. So I feel he was holding back, because if he wanted to kill John, I feel like he would have, and he could have easily done so and tapped into some of that Winter Soldier stuff, but he didn't want to be that guy anymore. That's the whole point of it. He wanted to fight differently. He wanted to approach things from a different perspective, because we can see throughout the show how much the name Winter Soldier was really tearing at his heart and his mind. He just did not want to be that guy anymore. So I feel like that explains the lack of finesse, I would say, that we were used to seeing with Bucky. Because in Winter Soldier, he was not playing games with nobody. He was out here.
He was basically just a killing machine.
Killing machine, bro. Tearing people left and right. I was not playing games with nobody.
No feelings involved. Just go get the job done, whatever it takes.
Exactly.
No, his whole purpose in this was to make amends. So he wasn't trying to do all of that.
Mm-hmm. And I think that really explains a lot of it. Like, you can see him struggling hard with the idea of, like, man, like, I hate that I can fight because I was the Winter Soldier. I hate that the reason that I can do the things I do was because I was the Winter Soldier. And every action that I make reminds me of that guy that I don't want to be. Mm-hmm. And again, the bar fight was a good example of how crazy he was bodying people. And let's not forget, he was also fighting a whole army of, like, super soldiers too. So it's not like he was just throwing, regular people left and right. He was also fighting super soldiers, even though they weren't trained. So that's why, and it's the difference too, John Walker. And like I said, feel free to cut me off. I'm ranting, but John Walker, was trained in a certain way too, and his skills were there, for sure. So anybody can deny that. So I don't know if any of you guys want to add on to anything I was saying, because I can keep going, but.
No, to be honest, that was one of the things that kind of confused me at first. I was like, why would they make John Walker Captain America and not have the serum? But, like, I guess, it kind of made sense after everything that happened following. But like, it's kind of just, like, baffling to me that they would try to assign a new superhero, but without any of the super element. Just, like, a regular dude who's just really good, skill. And I get it, but, like, as Captain America, the guy that is like a super soldier, like, you're gonna just choose a regular dude. It's a little weird. I found that a little sus. So that's why when he was feeling all the pressure he was feeling, I was like, yeah, I totally feel this. But it's just weird to me that, like, for example, they had Buck, who's going into therapy and doing all this stuff, and they're just like, nah. Like, they didn't even consider him. Like, sure, don't consider Sam because, whatever reasons they got. But, like, Buck, they're just like, nah, he's good. He's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It was a little weird to me, but aside from that, I get it.
I mean, like, I'm with you on that, too. Like, I mean, I did want to see, because, Bucky was taking some L's that I didn't like, bro. And I was like, nah, man. Like, come on, bro. Don't do that, bro. I'm like, come on, man. Like, and
Bucky wouldn't take that L. Come on.
Like, literally, like, when he was fighting John Walker, I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You need to teach this guy a lesson, sir. You need to just, like, freak how you feel about the Winter Soldier right now. You need to, like, demolish this guy right now because he's pissing me off. And, like, explain the whole thing with, like, and I see that the whole chat's having their own conversation, but it's all good though. It helps with traction and watch time. So yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. But now the whole thing with John Walker, man. Like, I know how he was in the comic books, man. Like, I know him as U.S. agent in the comics. That didn't bother me. I knew what he was going to become, but the arrogance, bro, was pissing me off. If I was there and this guy came up to me, man, hey man, John Walker, Captain America, boy, get your little white teeth looking out of here, boy. Slap you, talking to me, bro, with your Colgate smelling breath. Leave me alone. like leave me alone. Like, I don't like, why are you talking to me like I know you? And then, like, Shan brought up a good point too. Like, earlier, he was calling, even Zemo didn't disrespect Bucky, bro. He was calling him James. Yeah. He's calling him James, right? He was calling him by his actual name. And then John Walker, a guy who has no, like, connection to... Zemo has more connection to Bucky than John. Oh, come on, Buck. Come on, Buck. What's wrong with you, Buck? No. Like, no. Like, no, get out of here, dude.
To call him that, unless you know him.
Yeah. It's like people who call me Matt who don't know me. Like, and I don't get as mad about it though, because a lot of people just call people with Matthew Matt. Yeah. But I'm like, my name is Matthew. Like, only my friends call me Matt. I'm like, but I got so used to it now, so I don't even care anymore. But like, back then I used to get mad salty about that. But I don't know about you, man. Like the way how he was acting, I did understand the flip side about him being like agitated and like irritated, and also just just being put in the spotlight to try to be the perfect man, try to be perfect Cap. And I get it. Like that's not anything easy for someone to do. And at the end when he went off on them, for exiling him, he was like, "I did everything you asked." And it's true. He did do everything that they asked him to do.
We did make a point in the video that if it was not in the public eye, he would have been fine.
Yeah. If that wasn't on camp, trust me, brother, U.S. government don't care. They don't care.
Right. If he had done like they were saying, like if he had done that, like in a back alley somewhere, or like inside the building where nobody saw anything, like nobody would have said anything. But he did it out because he did it out in public where everybody could see it.
They would have gave him another Medal of Honor or something.
Sure, would have gave him a raise.
They would have given him a raise too. They would have been like John Walker, the heroic hero who fought off the terrorists overseas. They would have, did some cover story. But the fact that it happened in public eye, they were like, "Nah, bro, we need the allies." Exactly. So
it's like Homelander. Like they just would have like brushed it under the table. Like, nah,
it's okay.
We're not associated with that.
Yeah, we're not associated with that, bro. So, like I get it, and like and I do feel John needed to be called out because he was irritating me, bro. Like some of the way how he was going about it, because like what he wanted to do was good. He wanted to serve his country, and he wanted to serve his military. He wanted to be of service. He wanted to be of use. Right, and I get that, and I truly get that. But it's the way how he went about it was what was irritating me.
Yeah,
and I won't say that Bucky was not trying to mess with him. He was just like sort of cooperating.
Yeah,
because trust me, if he wasn't under any type of I watch from the government, he would have been like, he would have probably knocked him out so long ago.
Bodied him the first time he saw his face.
Right? Because he was like, this guy's taking over my best friend's shield. He doesn't deserve it. And plus Bucky was mad that Sam just gave it up, so he was already mad at Sam. Yeah. He was like, no, like me and my friend, my childhood friend, discussed that you should have the shield, and you just gonna give it up. But he didn't understand, which leads to the whole thing what happened in the last episode. He didn't understand what it meant for somebody in Sam's position to do that. But he was like, no, he was done with it. He's not trying to deal with John. John, right? And then Sam is just trying to be like that guy that's just like, I don't want no problems, bro. If we got to work together, let's work together. But like, let's work together. Don't try to tell me what to do. I'm not going to try to tell you what to do.
Don't bring your personal stuff into this. This is business. Let's do the job. Get it done. Let's work together. Go cut the personal stuff. Let's get the job done, and we can have beef later.
Exactly. Yeah. That and Sam was like really, I think, was actually very mature because he spoke to John several times. He said, "Hey, look, man, I get it. Let me just go in there and talk to her. Let me go in there and talk to her. I'm not saying you can't be here, but just let me go and talk to her." Right, and I feel like he was cooperating with him. He's trying to cooperate with him, but John was just impatient for a lot of reasons.
No, he let the Captain America stuff get to his head too quickly.
Exactly. Yeah. And which is great. Honestly, look, Wyatt Russell did a great job, bro. Like, no hate on the actor. He did an amazing job playing a character that you both liked and disliked at the same time. And he did a great job. His performance was great. His MCU debut was amazing. He did what he was supposed to do. He played the character he was supposed to play.
What? In the chat room, don't flirt with my sister.
Don't flirt with my sister? What? I'm confused.
Bucky,
like Sam told
Sarah.
Bucky.
Sam was.
Oh yeah. Don't flirt with my sister. Yeah, Sam wasn't messing around with that, bro. Don't flirt with my sister.
Bro, I love that when they were deconstructing the boat.
Yeah, right.
Like that montage. Sam's like got a drill going through it. Bucky just walks by and rips something. He's just like,
he's looking like,
you take it too long.
Oh man!
Okay.
And even the part where he was like, "Why didn't you use the arm?" And he was like, "I don't really think about it right away."
Not my dominant hand. Yeah.
It's not my dominant hand. I do like how their relationship progressed throughout the show, though.
Yeah.
Like they weren't like.
I will make a point about that. At the end with like the whole barbecue thing, a lot of people were saying how he had his jacket off and his arm was just out because he's comfortable with Sam and like the community he's around.
Yeah, exactly.
So kind of shows that.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
The Bucky Sarah cut? Oh my god. I keep seeing the memes like when Bucky was looking at the kids playing with his shoes, like, yeah, I'm about to be your new daddy. And then like, I'm like, damn. I'm just
How about when freaking Marvel released the 1 hour cut of Zemo dance?
Oh yeah.
1 hour loop. I was like, bro.
Yeah. I saw that. That was great. That's like top tier memes. That goes up there with like all the Shia LaBeouf memes, everything. That goes up there. You need to just green screen that and that goes up there with the John Travolta meme for me too.
Yeah, weird.
John Travolta just walking in there like.
Right.
Love that shit.
No, man. Y'all got any comments? Like anything that's on your mind? Just go ahead.
I got one.
Speak it out.
Secret Invasion possible. Did you guys hear about that? The fact that this girl Carter Sharon, well, like she might be already freaking. Oh my god, why am I blanking on the name?
Skrull?
Jeez, Skrull. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know how I just blanked on that, but yeah, she might be a Skrull. I'm actually kind of believing it, but I only want to believe it because I didn't like the way her character was kind of like saved. That's the thing I didn't like. Like I didn't like the fact that the girl. I mean, spoilers for obviously for anybody who hasn't seen the last episode, but that the way that Carly was taken out, and then like she was able to stay the power broker and not be found out, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of annoying to me. I didn't really enjoy that because I kind of wanted to see the reveal in the show of them finding out. You know, or like how that would
Yeah.
But I guess you gotta wait till the movies or something. I don't know. But if she ends up being like a Skrull, then I feel like that would be a little more cool because then it's like a double reveal.
Yeah.
Like she ends up being revealed to be bad, but then she's also
like, where's the real
a
Sharon?
Skrull. Yeah, exactly. Like it's pretty cool.
But
So
yeah, I feel like to tag on to that, I feel like the 6 episodes, like I feel like they almost felt like constrained by that because there were just certain parts that were like left out because like they kind of like all along the show they kind of mentioned the power broker, but then like we didn't really like see any operations with the power broker until that very end, where the reveal or like the relationship between Carly and the power broker, like we didn't like. I don't know how much we needed to see that, but like I feel like we could have seen like a little bit more of that, and just I feel like there were just certain parts of the plot all the way along that were like kind of rushed, where I feel like if they had done like a couple more episodes, they could have laid in a little bit more for later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I hope it leads to more series. We towards that end, we kind of just started to see like that buddy cop like thing we were expecting the whole way along.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, obviously, they said Falcon and Winter Soldier was one and done because obviously now it's Captain America and White Wolf or whatever they're gonna call Bucky for the title. Hopefully they do more series in the future of him where it's not like movie level stuff, but like they're doing other.
Well,
stuff on
speaking
the
about
side.
the White Wolf, right? I like how the Wakandans just became like Dior, bro. Like they just became like the Gucci for like outfits, bro. Like it's just like because like hey,
Right.
you know, Bucky needs an outfit. Hey, Wakandans, bro, y'all trying to hook me up? Y'all trying to hook me up with this? You know, y'all call me White Wolf. It only makes sense. And you know, you hooked me up too. You know, like you hooked up Sam. Like, don't even make sense. You know. So I don't know. But anybody in the comments, guys, please, if you have any questions or anything you guys want us to talk about, or you want to hear our opinions on certain stuff, let us know in the comments, please, so that we can like have some more things to talk about. Because like I said, we didn't come with a plan. We're just kind of
winging it.
Yeah, it's kind of winging it. Just kind of just talking.
There was a couple questions, and hold on, let me see if
Did
I
I
can
miss
scroll
any?
up.
Did I miss something?
There was a couple. I don't remember what else.
That scene where he threw the shield against to break the glass on the helicopter and then went through that. I was
Yo.
like,
Yes.
"Whoa."
Yes.
That was sick.
Yes.
I
Absolutely
was
love
like,
that.
bro, I watched that like 5 times over like the first time I saw it. I was like, bro.
Okay, I can't find it right now, but I remember somebody asking what Disney Plus show are you looking forward to the most right now. So let's go with that for now.
Okay. What about you? What do you think, Jan?
Probably Loki.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited for that. I think it's gonna be really
Yeah.
good.
That's a good one.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I mean Loki because it's coming up, and then What If after that, because that comes out. I think that's July. It's coming out, but those two coming out should be really good.
I'm looking forward to Loki, but I'm also like really after seeing that Miss Marvel like photos yesterday, I'm like, nah, man, I need to see Miss Marvel. I need to see that, and then
Really?
yeah, bro, Miss Marvel, bro, yes, she's great. I loved her comic books, man. I love her as a character. Kamala Khan is amazing, and also, I mean, to be honest, I'm excited for all of them. I can't say that I'm not excited, but like one over the other. Hawkeye is definitely up there for me because I really want to see what they do with that, and I feel like that's gonna be freaking funny because Kate Bishop, like, and Hawkeye, like their relationship in the comic books is just straight up crackhead energy, and I want to see that.
I also just want to shut all of the Hawkeye haters down because I love Hawkeye too.
Right? Yeah.
Like everyone hates Hawkeye, and
bro.
I don't understand it.
I might be hating on my man Hawkeye, man.
I'm looking forward to Moon Knight. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most. Because A, I love Oscar Isaac. But also B is that this could be introducing like more of like the darker shows.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, WandaVision in this show is not exactly lighthearted, but like at the same time, I feel like that could be like a dark show, like getting into like Netflix territory type dark, you know, like Daredevil type stuff. So that's why I'm really excited.
What about Eternals? I'm looking forward to Eternals, bro. Do you know anything about the Eternals?
I don't know much about them, and that's why I'm not really looking too
Look into it. It's very, very interesting, and the cast that got behind it, though, right? And Mrs. Zhao, who just won 2 Oscars for her movies, Nomadland, and the other one she did, I forgot what the name of it was, but she won 2 Oscars. The fact that I feel like, okay, this is the one issue I have. I feel, even though Disney's good with their promotion, right? But I feel like for characters and for certain stuff that people don't really know much about, I feel like they need to give more of that. And what I mean is like animated shows, animated shorts, you know, things like that to kind of get more people excited. Because, you know, DC, even though a lot of their universe isn't necessarily the most cohesive, most best thing in the world, DC shines when it comes to their animated films. So it gives people a chance to really see certain characters in different adaptations, whether it be a series, or, you know, a live action show like The Flash, or the new Batman movie coming out, right? With Jensen Ackles, right? That's gonna be crazy. Jensen Ackles voicing Batman, like that's crazy. So, it's tight to,
even though he wants to be Red Hood, but still, I know he'll take Batman for sure.
I don't, but didn't he voice Red Hood?
Did he?
I think he already voiced Red Hood.
That's sick.
Before.
Yeah, not only seeing them in different mediums, but also just the extent to like what you can do in those different mediums. Because like obviously with like animations and stuff, like they could do a lot more stuff that you could do live action and make it look a lot cleaner.
Exactly, and I think
and kind of because it's not a live person doing it, like you could kind of mess with regular physics and do different stuff that wouldn't be quite
possible,
wouldn't quite look as nice or be quite as possible with a real person.
Yeah,
true.
I guess, like I said, the reason why I'm a huge fan of DC is because of the fact that we had things like Young Justice and things like, you know, Justice League, you know, the animated series, right? And we had, you know, a lot of those things, Jon Stewart's Green Lantern, and like, you know, we had so many different times and opportunities to see different takes on very like legendary characters. And, you know, Disney did a little bit of that with like, you know, Spider-Man with Drake Bell. And then we had like the Guardians of the Galaxy show. But I feel like it was too kiddie. In my opinion, it wasn't like they couldn't get to do certain things. Whereas like DC would do a straight up like rated R, like animated movie or a show, you know, made more for adults. Or, you know, something that has like the feel of like Invincible. You know,
and
like,
I feel like What If that series might be kind of like a tester to see. Like,
I hope so.
I hope so too. Like, but I feel like because it is like gonna be like the first one of like a Marvel animated that's gonna be kind of widely dispersed. I feel like it's gonna be like a tester to see is there enough interest to do stuff like this?
I hope so. I mean, because and I relate this back to Eternals because a lot of people are not gonna go out of their way to what Mr. O'Neill do. Anyways, no, I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna go out of their way to read Eternals comic books and get the whole lore. Some people would, but a lot of casual watchers aren't gonna do that. You know, and if they find out that there's like a, you know, I think people have to see a trailer first, like similar with Shang-Chi. Hope I'm saying it right this time because the last time we were saying Shang and people say it's not Shang, it's Shang. I think it's Shang-Chi. But
is it? Damn, I gotta fix my
I think
then.
yeah, I don't think it's Shang-Chi. I think it's pronounced Shang-Chi. I could be wrong, or like Shang-Chi. I could be wrong. If somebody actually knows the correct pronunciation, please let me know because I'm really not trying to mess it up. But Shang-Chi, whatever. Him. A lot of people didn't really know about him, but until they saw the trailer, now they're like, okay, I'm with it. You know, I want to see what it is. So I feel like we need to see a trailer for Eternals. Once we get that,
Agreed.
you know, once you get a trailer, maybe it'll give a lot of the casual watchers, just people who don't really have time to read comic books or not interested in it, to get a better grasp of what the Eternals is and what it's about. But I'm personally looking forward to it.
I stuck to the same things. That's my issue with Marvel is that like some of the characters that they're bringing out now, I never read because I was too busy with Iron Fist. I was too busy with Thor. I didn't take the time to go explore those. So I'm kind of not really interested. But a trailer could change that. And like because the set photos that I've seen or like the concept art of the suits, I'm like, yeah, they're cool, but like I don't know these guys. So it's not really anything to me,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited for it. I don't know what George O'Neill did, but he did ask a question before, saying, "When do we think we'll see John Walker in the MCU, or if we'll even see him really at this point?"
Oh, we're gonna see him.
Yeah.
They're definitely setting him up.
Yeah, I think so too.
They wouldn't have
Yeah,
introduced him if they
especially
weren't
since we got,
have plans.
We got Miss
Mhm.
Hydra. We got
Madam Hydra is true.
Madam
we got
Hydra,
Madam Hydra. We got U.S. Agent. Power brokers free in the government now, and all the other stuff. And like Zemo's
Zemo.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Zemo's at the raft now with whoever else is in there currently.
We know he coming out.
Right.
Yeah, word.
So there's definitely something being set up or something that they're working on that they haven't talked about yet, or they're planning but they haven't released the details for yet because they put a lot of pieces in place to pick up at a later time.
Yeah.
Can we talk
agree.
about how much of a G Zemo's butler is though?
Yo.
Man was with it, bro. Man came in at the end was like, "You think you getting away? Word? Think this is, bro?
Oh, bet.
Bet?
Yo, it was so random that I haven't posted the reaction yet, but in the reaction you'll see like I'm confused because I was like, "Who is this old ass dude that's coming?" And then I realized like, "Oh."
Yeah, I watched everybody's reactions and like a lot of people at first were like, "Well, wait, who's that guy?"
Yeah.
and then when they clicked it over to the next scene and it's Zemo giving his sly smile to the camera, everybody's like, "Oh, wait a minute, it's
Alfred
like,
2.0 coming in clutch."
right."
Yo, that's facts, bro. He was ready. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
ready. He like y'all not getting away today. Let me let y'all know. Jose, we finna talk about it. We better talk it right now. First Black Captain America. We better talk about that right now. That's actually something that I did want to talk about because it is a major plot point for the show.
Yeah.
And what it really centers around. Black history and the effects of things like systematic racism. We won't get too much into that, but the effects of it and how changing the history and things like that can really affect someone's legacy. So that's kind of what those scenes were with Isaiah. It's some people may not look at it that deep, but that's really what it's about, bro. Like even the stuff with the cops, like how they treated Sam, so they found out who he was, and then some people. Trust me, I know a lot of Black people. I know a lot of Black Americans over here that are saying that they felt like it was disrespectful to make Sam, kind of make him like a victim. I don't see it that way. As a Black person, I don't really see it that way. I actually see it as, because like again, I ain't trying to get too dark, but like, as a black person over here, and living in America, going to American schools and stuff like that, like you see a lot of like the way how African Americans are treated throughout history. It really plays a toll on your life, and like it plays a toll on how you're treated, how people approach you, how people look at you, things like that. So a lot of us are tired of seeing the same types of treatment in media because we want to be treated equally like everybody else. But I felt in this case it was necessary, especially for Sam's character, because I literally remember this, the first time we went to go see Endgame and Sam got the shield, bro. Everybody was like, the heck? Why are you giving this black man a shield? He can't be Captain America. I literally had people who didn't even read the comic books. They're like, oh shoot, bro, like Captain America. He can't be Captain America. What the hell? Like, what is this? So I felt in this case, Frozen, yeah, exactly. It does take a toll on you. Trust me, like going to American school, bro, learn about like slavery and stuff, not learn about anything else but slavery, makes you feel like crap, bro. It makes you feel like total crap. So, we want to see more representation in the media where people where race isn't even brought up. That's kind of where I wanted to go, where a black guy could be on screen and the race is not even the topic of discussion. Because we don't see that all the time with like, movies with predominantly white folks in the movie. Nobody talks about the fact about them being white. But if there's a black person in a room with like 5 white guys, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, there's the black guy. Why can't you just say there's the guy? So that's why a lot of people had an issue with it, and I get that, and I do. But again, in terms of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, why I think it's important again was to explain that transition and to actually add more pride to the fact that yes, a black man from America, born on American soil with American history, can represent America too, and can be Captain America. Yeah. And I feel like that was the whole point of it, was to let people know that, hey, bro, it is okay for him to be Captain America just as much as it was for John Walker to be Captain America. Or Steven or Jake from State Farm, the white guy, the white version of Jake from State Farm. Could be so it's okay. And I feel like that was fine. But it was very hurtful, just watching the the stuff with Isaiah, man. It was so sad. I felt so sad listening to this man's story, bro. Someone asked, so does that make you wait, what? Oh, so does that make you black kid? Yeah, I do like that line. When it was like, oh, it's Black Falcon. He's like, okay, is it because I'm black? And he was like, what? Yeah. He's like, so you're a kid, so does that make you black kid? Yeah. That was the whole point. It was
so quick, and he was moving, just like kept it pushing, but I was dying, bro.
I was laughing, bro. I'm like, it's true. Moses said American schools are useless in teaching black experience. Yes, and I made a whole actual tweet about that. If y'all go on my Twitter, and just scroll down, go on my Twitter at Matthew V. Haynes. I made a whole tweet, like 4 tweets, talking about that, about my experience, because I wasn't born here, guys. I wasn't born in America. I don't have African American history in my blood. I do have my own little African history issues because I'm from the Caribbean. That is in the Caribbean. That's a very similar history because we got to the Caribbean as slaves too. So that's the common interest there. But there's I won't get into it again because this is real deep, guys. But there's 2 different types of history, so I can't really speak too much about the African American history because my family and my parents aren't born and raised here. But as a black person that lives here since he was a kid, I do have the same African American experience as any other African American when they walk into a store or when they walk into a bar or they're go into a room or get pulled over from the cops and stuff. So like when Sam got pulled over, like I related to that heavy, bro, because like we got pulled over when I was driving
very stupid
for something so stupid, bro. Took me out the car, bro. Separated me from my fiance over some nonsense, bro. Like for no reason. I was so tight. So like when I saw that scene and they're like, "Oh, he's Sam. He's the Falcon." I was like, "Bro, I feel that." Cuz I've seen it happen to Travis Scott too, actually. Like he got pulled over and they're like, "Oh, do you know who that's Travis Scott?" And they were like, "Oh, sorry, sir." And they were a little bit more, they dropped their tone because he's a celebrity. I'm like, that's whack. I'm like, that's whack. So, I mean, to answer your question, man, again, I won't get too deep into it, y'all. But Jose, to get back to that, I do think the whole thing with Isaiah was great in introducing it, because his character was introduced in the comic books. And I completely forgot about him until they mentioned him. I was like, oh shoot, how could I forget about Isaiah? He was the first black Captain America, and that was very important. And actually, I feel like it taught a lot of kids too who were watching, this for the first time, to learn more about it. And like kids growing up now,
that's gonna be their Captain America.
Yeah, that's gonna be their Captain America. Sam Wilson will be their Captain America. Like when we have kids, that's gonna be their Captain America.
Right.
And I'm glad that people, more people of color, the representation. I do respect Disney for doing that, and not being afraid to touch the subject, even if it was a little light touch, and they could have done a little bit more with it. I'm hyped.
They could have easily not just brushed over and not done it.
Exactly. Yeah. They could have easily brushed over it and not even address it. So I'm glad that they did.
I really loved Sam when he was speaking to the senators and stuff, like afterwards. Like that was just a really good scene and like a really good speech, and like obviously that's what everybody knew. Like, oh, that's Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, I like that. He's showing again the pride I felt just being able to see that was just great. Like it was just great. It's just amazing feeling to feel, that and the first time, not for the first, it gave me feelings when we saw Black Panther, man. Like when we saw Black Panther, it was like, man, finally we're seeing, African black representation on screen that's not made fun of. Like we're not the thieves anymore. We're not the gangsters. We not the the
king.
Yeah, we got the king. Like we a whole king right here. And then and then I like the other representation where there's a guy from Africa, who's raised in America, Killmonger, and having to deal with, African, because again, man, this is a whole deep thing, but African treatment of African Americans and how African Americans treat Africans. It's a whole thing, y'all. It's a whole thing that's so deep. Some of y'all in the comments, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a whole thing, bro. But I like how they handled it, and Ryan Coogler did a great job with showing how Africans perceive African Americans. Africans, a lot of them, at least the stereotypical perception of African Americans is that African Americans are dumb, and that they're too hood, and that they this, and that they don't work hard, and they complain, and like that's the whole thing. In an African American perspective, of Africans, they're like, oh, they're too prideful. They're too bougie. They too. You see, yeah, Frozen. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So, and my aunt is Nigerian, married to my uncle, and she would tell me stories too, like from her perspective, actually being born and raised in Nigeria. How they viewed the world. So I like how Black Panther handled that and showed that, hey, Killmonger had his own struggles. Mm-hmm. And then when he came over and he was like, look, I want to do this to liberate my people, because you guys over here living good. We over there struggling. So I like how
we got the firepower over here.
Exactly. And I like how that was handled. So, Falcon and Winter Soldier was another step above that, in the terms of handling, black characters in the MCU in leading positions. And again, going back to the whole thing with handing over the shield to Sam, again, some people thought it was corny and that they didn't have to bring up the whole race thing, but I feel like they did, because it was everybody was thinking about it.
They definitely did.
Everybody was thinking about it. Oh, Captain America can't be black. I heard the conversations when I got out the theater. Sam, Captain America? Why didn't they give it to Bucky? Sam, black guy can't be Captain America. And as when he pulled up in that suit, I was like, let's go. I'm like, that's it. Frozen said foundational black Americans versus African and Caribbean immigrants. Yeah, man. Hey, look, being somebody from the Caribbean, bro, trust me, I know. I know. I know exactly what you mean, man. Jose, that's a great point with the comics on even sharper decline. Movies really stepping up their game. Yeah, I agree. Got so much potential with all these characters. Yeah, man. I do feel like the state that Disney is going in right now with characters in general, not just representations, because, LGBT representation, Feige talked about that coming up. Female representation, right? Minority representation. and just making everybody feel welcome in the universe is something I feel like is definitely something that needs to happen in a respectful way. And the way how they handle Falcon and Winter Soldier gives me hope. I feel like they're gonna handle it properly. Moses, the Hollywood entertainment industry has painted the black man and woman as villains. Yeah, man, for a long time. I'm gonna tell you again, another personal experience for me. Like watching movies when I was back home in the Caribbean. Anytime I saw a movie with a black person in it, way back, they were always either gangsters, robbing the place, wasn't well educated, or just straight up thugs. So when I first came to America, as a child, that was you see how it mentally affected me? That was my perception of every black person in America, because that's what I saw on TV. So now, translating it now to children now seeing Sam as Captain America, intelligent, kind, responsible, takes care of his family, right? Respects his country, but also is not afraid to talk about it and call them out when they're wrong. That is important for shaping up the next generation. And that's why people think that it's just a comic book movie, and it's not just that. This is things that help influence the next generation, how they treat people and how they view the world. And I know we got deep, but that's what the show was. The show was deep, so that's what we're gonna talk about. If the show was just aliens and people just shooting aliens around the place, that's what we're gonna talk about. But that's not what it was about. The whole race issue was a big part of the show, and we definitely got to talk about that. So, Jose, thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate you bringing that up. We definitely had to talk about it. Hey, man, Jose, welcome to Tier 1, bro. I appreciate you joining the members. I got to do more stuff for my members, man. I'm slacking on that. Ashley, I know there have been reports of Chris Evans coming back to the MCU at some point, but I hope it's not anytime soon, because it would just undercut Sam. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I was thinking. I heard about him coming in, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness as the turncoat Hydra version of Captain.
That would be insane,
right? That'd be insane.
That would be seriously
Bro,
insane.
Doctor Strange just gets more wild. And
Yeah, right?
by the day, it seems like.
Frozen 06. That's a good comment, bro. That's true. Yeah, the X-Men. X-Men, bro. X-Men handles the issue about racism and prejudice and everything so well. The underlying message behind the whole point of mutants.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing that
every movie.
Because they were a targeted group of people. Mm-hmm. Brendan. Oh, he said, "Oh, what?" Anyone want to talk about Sharon? We talked a little bit about Sharon, but do you have a specific thing that you want to address? We can definitely talk about that. He can be Hydra Cap. That would be lit. That would be lit. But I do. You saying?
It would be.
Yeah. Nah. I think that would be lit, bro. Hold on. Will James Rhodes become Iron Man? Nah, I don't think so. I think they're gonna give that to Riri Williams.
They're gonna go towards Ironheart.
Yeah. Ironheart, yeah. Riri Williams is gonna be the next one. They're definitely going, because they already announced a show or a movie or whatever.
Yeah, a series.
Yeah. So Riri Williams is gonna be the next, Iron Man or Ironheart.
They just started filming She-Hulk, right? Am I tripping?
I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't hear anything about it.
Someone did.
Maybe.
I could be wrong. With Sharon being power broker.
I got a question. But Sharon being the power broker, what did Steve's return to the past affect to her life to be a villain? That's a good question. I mean, we've already.
We saw a little bit of it. Just because she obviously we don't know the whole backstory, but she got abandoned in what's the name? It starts with an M. That place where they were.
Madripoor.
Madripoor.
Madripoor. Mm-hmm.
She just got kind of abandoned there, and she got cut off from contact with the U.S. government, and so she just kind of had to make her own living and stuff. So that's just kind of how she survived there.
Yeah.
So I mean, we kind of got a little bit of that, but obviously we didn't get the full story of that, and I feel like they kind of left it that way.
Yeah.
So they could, if they feel like there was enough for that, they could go back and touch on it later.
So Brendan brought up a point that I was going to mention. I don't think him going to the past would affect anything because we've already discovered that what they do in the past doesn't affect the future. This is not like the Flash. In this universe, it's not like the Flash or, you know, the typical conventional time travel rules that we would see in like Doctor Who or like, you know, Back to the Future. Even though they made a roast about it in the movie. Like, are you seriously comparing this to Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in Endgame, the whole I'm not a fan of their approach of time travel, but their approach of time travel was more educated. It was I would say a more educated theoretical analysis of time travel, what it could be, because a lot of those terms in physics and quantum physics make sense. Even little things, I like how they utilize like Mobius strips and stuff when Tony was building the algorithm for it. So that was really cool. But no, I don't think it would have affected it, man, because they said whatever happens in that space of time happens in that space of time.
So, question though, that this is something that I've always been thinking about, even since like Endgame. So, technically, for Steve to be able to give Sam the shield, that means he didn't like create a new alternate future, right?
No, he kind of did.
Yeah.
But the thing is that does that mean that he was there with Peggy the whole time? Because that's the part that confuses me.
So in his so basically it kind of creates its own pocket of time, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Because I was rewatching it too. So the other day, because that's actually a question I was thinking about too. It kind of creates its own pocket of time, essentially a new timeline that is separate from the 616 timeline.
Yeah.
In a way.
So then technically, how would he be in this timeline to give the shield?
I feel like, okay, so he was able to get, because remember I don't think things happened. He went back to a certain time period, right? That where he didn't go back to the beginning, where he first became Captain America. I think at this point, I think this is my theory on it. I don't know if anybody explained this, but I think that in this new timeline, Cap was still under the ice, because remember they can still run into themselves.
Yeah.
Right? As we saw happened when they fought and they went back, in Endgame. So I think at this point, Steve was under the ice. The shield was already there. The shield, he probably went back and took the shield out and left himself in there.
Yeah.
Had a life with Peggy.
Yeah.
Kind of explained to her, hey, guess what? Yeah.
Right.
I'm not from, and then kind of just put the shield aside and not be Captain America, because obviously if he was Captain America throughout that time, that would be a whole different thing. So he wasn't Captain America when he went back. He was just Steve. So, so I think that's my theory on it. That's the way I see it. And it would make sense because he was under the ice.
Peggy lied and said that she got with a different soldier then. Because remember, when he was in, I think, Winter Soldier, wasn't it? That she was like, oh yeah, I married this guy, from the war or whatever.
I don't know. I don't think that's a lie. I think that, because remember, this is a new timeline.
I think at that time, in that timeline, that it was still like she had that other life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then because he went back, it changed that story. So like at that time when they did Winter Soldier, like that timeline was intact, where she was with another person after the war.
Yeah.
So like that is still true.
Yeah.
During that time period. But then because this happened later, it created that separate branch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the part that's like confusing me, because then that should impact what happens in Endgame then, shouldn't it? Because then that's the past.
Because it's like, think of it like a parallel universe, like an identical twin, but what you do to this one won't affect this one.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, you get it, right? So this, let's say this is the main timeline, right? Yeah. Steve went back to this one. Yeah. What happens here is not going to affect this. So everything that happened with Peggy, I'm only using the laws that they created in this movie.
That's the thing that.
Yeah. So far we're just running with basically what they created.
Yeah.
But I feel like obviously they're going to change that all in Multiverse of Madness and.
Yeah. I mean, I can find a scientific explanation that makes sense with what they were saying. I'm more kind of go with the theory.
I agree, 100%.
I kind of go with the theory that, like, if you change something in the past, it's going to affect the future. That's kind of what I go more towards. But according to MCU logic and whatever science they created for this, based on that and based on what we heard from the what's her name, man? Doctor Strange, the ancient one. Mm-hmm. Based on what we heard from her, she explained it very well that it creates a whole new stream of a timeline. Mm-hmm. So,
right. And we saw that in the Loki trailer, where there's that main thick line, but then there's also the branches starting to come off.
I feel like Loki will explain that a little better.
Yeah. Loki will kind of set up some of that, like the MCU's logic for different
time travel
and starting to kind of piece together stuff for Doctor Strange. So that way you kind of have a basis of understanding of how they are gonna approach it for Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. I get what they're trying to say. Again, Steve grabbed the shield from another timeline because in the main timeline that shield is destroyed. That shield is gone. Thanos destroyed that junk, right? He snapped it in half with whatever godlike metal he had, right? Broke it, and then Steve went to another timeline, put the stones back from the timeline, the alternate timeline, put it back, grabbed the shield from that timeline, kept it aside, and brought it back to Sam, which is why it was in such good condition, because it wasn't used again after that point.
The ice,
because before the ice, after the ice, there was like what 100 years or so, or 30 or 50 years. I forgot how long it was.
I think it was about 70.
70 years, that the shield wasn't used. It was just in the ice, and then I think they brought it out the ice because they found the shield, which again kind of confuses things because I don't think Isaiah Bradley had the shield like he did in the comic books.
He was never officially Captain America in the current universe. He was just a super soldier that the U.S. Army experimented on and used, and they were super soldiers. But based on what I saw from the show, he was never Captain America
officially.
They were beginning to do the experiments and kind of seeing if what they took from Steve could be used as a super soldier serum.
Which also explains another thing too. They also experimented on a lot of black people too in America and in history. Look up MK Ultra, guys. Read up about that stuff. Stuff is crazy. But yeah, no. Back to the whole timeline thing, man. Like, someone made a comment about the everything being a little finicky. Like, because there's the debate too about the shield. Is it really Wakandan property, or is it just like vibranium that someone that Howard or whoever found?
Yeah. How did Howard get the shield in Captain America 1? Because he just had it there casually chilling, like, oh, I have this.
It's vibranium. But you know what makes me think that he didn't just find this thing? Because someone was like, oh yeah, because when a meteor shower happens and you have fragments that go all over the place. I don't think he just found this thing on the side, bro. I feel like I know he wasn't Captain America in the comics. I know he stole the uniform and everything. Yeah, that's what happened. He was never officially Captain America. I know that. But anyway, right? I think because he called it vibranium in the first movie, he called it vibranium, right?
Yeah.
So for him to have the knowledge of it being called vibranium when the Wakandans were the ones that classified this as vibranium means to tell me that
somebody interfered somewhere.
Somebody did something, and there's like another theory I've been seeing online that someone said that maybe the king at the time allowed vibranium to be stolen or willingly gave it out to someone to see what the world would do with it.
True.
That's a theory, but they never really explained. That's why I like how Madam Hydra said like it's a little gray area because we don't really know who this belongs to.
Right.
Even though we know vibranium comes, like the actual source of the pure vibranium comes from Wakanda.
Right. Yeah.
Not to say that
Is it pure vibranium?
That is a good question too. Because if I'm not mistaken, I know in the comic books, Cap's shield was part vibranium, part adamantium.
Nice.
I could be wrong, yo. Somebody let me know in the comments if I'm tripping. But I remember reading about Cap's shield being, because you asked the question, right? Think about it scientifically, y'all. Y'all in the comments, y'all know I love my science, right? If something can absorb vibrations, in order for it to bounce off of something, it needs to be able to repel vibrations, right? So if technically the shield is full vibranium and it absorbs the vibration, if it hits the wall, it's supposed to just fall down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to bounce off because it's not receiving any types of impact, right? It falls down. But
Yeah.
but by having it half adamantium makes sense because adamantium does not absorb vibration, but it can actually create it. So by having it bounce off a wall, technically it can bounce off and it would make sense. But it being a full vibranium shield, the science is a little off because if vibranium is supposed to absorb vibrations, how can it bounce off a wall?
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be able to bounce off a wall.
Yeah, how could it create the force to come back?
Exactly. It shouldn't be able to do that because it absorbs anything on impact. So but let me see what the comments are saying. Technically, Cap Shield is a proto-adamantium. But they never mentioned adamantium because they don't have the rights. They didn't have the rights to mention adamantium at that time. But the fact of the matter is the comics are that reason that Cap Shield is so OP. Yeah, exactly. Force from a mix. Okay, so I'm not tripping. I knew it was like part vibranium and part adamantium. I know I'm not tripping.
The whole thing that confuses me with the timeline issue with the shield even is that if he goes back and takes the shield, shouldn't the timeline where he grows old, shouldn't it be a different one than the one that we're in right now?
Ask the question again.
Because he goes back to take the shield.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it because remember Cap is old by the time he comes into Endgame, so him growing old means that he just stood there. So if he stood there, wouldn't it be a different timeline that he's staying in and not our timeline? That's the part that confuses me about the whole time travel, is that he went back in time, he changed stuff by staying with Peggy, and then technically him growing old and staying somewhere should have went to a different timeline than the one that we're in.
So you mean like him coming back? Well,
yeah. So the fact that he's back means that he stood there because he didn't take a machine. They didn't see no machine happening. Like he didn't travel through time. He stood there because the machine was destroyed anyway. The Avengers HQ was destroyed. So, it doesn't make sense to me that he would grow old, just chilling, and end up in our timeline. That's the part that just doesn't.
You mean like him just sitting on the bench?
Yeah, like the fact that he for example came back and he's older, which means that he lived out his life.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, no.
So how did
because they dropped him out and brought him back. So when he came back, he chances are he just didn't. How I saw it is that he didn't reappear in the same place. He just reappeared near the bench or something and just decided to sit down there. I didn't view it as him, living there.
So he's just gonna chill in our world now.
No, he wasn't there because remember they said this is okay. So this Steve went over to this timeline that I was talking about. He went over here. And he already had the technology they sent him with to come back.
Yeah.
And then he came back, right?
Yeah.
So but when he came back, he didn't really reappear in the same area that he left. He just reappeared somewhere else. And he just, there's a bench. I'm gonna chill. And he just went there and sat down there.
It didn't work. And then he just popped up because he's been here the whole time. That's the way I
I didn't see it like that because he clearly had a life with Peggy.
Yeah.
And he clearly lived, and he brought the shield back.
Yeah.
So the shield again. Somebody said something about the shield. He didn't leave with his shield. He didn't leave with the shield because the shield was destroyed in this timeline.
Yeah.
Remember, Thanos destroyed the shield, but he went into it. Remember, guys, for those who's confused, based on Marvel logic, this is just a pocket of an identical world. That anything that happens here is not going to affect this. Yeah. It's not going to affect this. So he can go in here. The shield will be perfectly fine over here. If he goes to a different point in time here. So he can definitely grab the shield back from here and bring it back here. Because the one here doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. So I think it's pretty... I don't know.
I'm looking forward to Loki explaining this, man. Honestly.
I get it.
I think so.
I get it from
another pocket of time.
Yeah, just from what they explained. But, I could be wrong.
I understand that aspect of it. The fact that it's a separate thing. That's fine. But it's just... when they used the machine and it didn't work, I just assumed that he's been here. That's how I read it. If he took off the watch and was I'm just gonna chill and live life with Peggy here, That's kind of how I
don't think it didn't work. I just think that Bruce thought it didn't work.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
But it did work because he clearly disappeared.
I attempted to explain the shield in the MCU. They just want us to accept it at this point.
Yeah, I
It's fun to
agree.
think that Loki will need to steal the shield to repair. Imagine that would be hilarious.
Honestly, and when it comes to timeline conversation, man, it's always because even in the Flash, I'm not gonna go into it because I don't want to. She's just starting season 2, y'all, so I don't want to get into that. But even with the Flash, man, like it's always been a subject of debate when it comes to timelines and travel
Like
and
how
time
does it
travel.
actually work?
Like how, yeah, exactly. Like how does it work? What are the rules? Like because time travel in real life is still a theoretical topic of study in science. People don't.
You just get to kind of mess with it and do whatever you want.
Exactly. You kind of try to figure out to explain it based on the rules that you create within a system. But if it doesn't make sense, then like
you just go, it changed the rules a little bit.
Change the rules a little bit, right?
You found the wizard.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of messed it a little bit. Like it wasn't quite as firm as we thought it was. It's just
Someone said, but if it hits the edge, there's no way to absorb the energy. Y'all, look, man. Again, when it comes to science and Marvel, I just give up, bro. Because like, realistically, how can you give me an explanation that if you go and search for vibranium right now and the components of vibranium and what makes it so special, is the fact that it can absorb any vibration, which is why if you shoot at someone or you punch them, they're not going to feel it because it absorbs the vibration. It doesn't release it. It just absorbs it. Remember, Shuri created a mechanism that allowed Black Panther to absorb the energy and release it. So that was a new technology, but that wasn't in the shield, right? The shield was just supposed to be pure vibranium within the MCU. So it technically, based off of those rules, should not be able to bounce off of nothing. Like it should just be able to. It should be like this, boop, and fall down.
Yeah,
it's not because it can't release. It can't release any energy. It absorbs, but it can't release. But guess what? Marvel is not going to explain that.
It's magic metal.
Right? It's magic metal. Freak science.
In Avengers, am I tripping? In Avengers 2, I think it was, he had that thing where he could like call it back.
Yeah, I was specifically looking for that scene. Remember the other day? It was Age of Ultron. He had that little thing that could like a little magnetic, receiver. Boom, right up. I don't know why they just they never used it again. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Why would you do that?
I like that. That was cool. That was a cool aspect. But...
Right, like there's a lot of stuff you can break down, but at the end of the day, it's a movie about made up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just kind of gotta go. It is what it is, and accept it until they decide, that's important enough to explain.
Exactly. You just kind of just gotta be like, hey, look, bro, don't question it, bro. You're like, but wait, the shield's not supposed to bounce up. Don't question it, bro.
Don't worry about it.
Don't question it, bro. Like it's all good, bro. Don't question it, bro. Like this, what's funny though? I'm definitely going to question it because people are afraid to question Marvel. They're not afraid to question DC. They go rip DC to shreds. Catch me questioning Marvel all day, every day. I don't care. People protect the MCU like it's perfect, and they got a lot of plot holes. And it got a lot of issues, but we ignore it because it's family movies and it's fun and it's supposed to be fun and we're not supposed to question these things. There's a lot of
nostalgia built up with it now.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you just don't question it because it's just like, I saw First Avenger when I was in high school at my $5 theater up the road. Like those are just...
And we had to wait every couple of years and it was you were there at midnight. You were ready
Exactly. You were there, I saw X-Men First Class, my middle school graduation. All of us, he just went to that $5 theater and watched X-Men First Class. And like, that was just what it was. And you don't question those things because of the memories and everything, But when it comes to like having nerd theory and nerd talk, I don't get too mad over it, man. Cause like, it's all theories. It's all BS, bro. Like nobody really knows what they're doing half the time.
Yeah.
Like,
it's fun to talk about, but at the end of the day, it's all just movie stuff.
I like, what's funny too? Mangakas, people who write stories for manga, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of them, some of them, they don't even know what the hell they be doing because they write these things every week. So and then when you get to a later episode, people come up with mad theories for something, right? And they be like, "Yo, but nah, remember back in chapter 12 when he did this?" The manga be like, "Oh shoot, I forgot I even wrote that." Oh crap! He's like, "But wait," and like people just be writing stuff and they have no idea. Again, which is why I think Attack on Titan is like one of the best things because they think about everything they write. But whatever. Different subject. I wish that Steve still had the retractor thing. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I kind of have a fun question for all y'all.
Okay.
And like again, I like this conversation, guys. I like you guys in the comments asking questions, man. You guys are G's. Make sure to like the video while you're here. Those watching it on playback, awesome. If you could have any power from any of the MCU characters or ability, it doesn't even have to be powers. It could just be ability, like skills. Who would you choose, and why would you choose them? Who wants to go first?
Think about that one.
Okay, who wants to go first?
You got one, Colin? Because I got one.
Go ahead, Donnie. You're good.
All right. See, me, it's kind of hard because this is technically like an inherited power, but Star-Lord's power, the one he gets from Ego.
I knew it. I knew it before you even asked the question. I'm like, he gonna choose Star-Lord.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, you could literally like make anything you want. You could like basically be a god to some extent. Like that's, of course, like that's like everything. You can literally do whatever you want with that.
But wasn't he only powerful on Ego though?
What happened?
Wasn't the power only useful on Ego?
No, I think you could take it with you because technically Ego was planting his power around the galaxy.
That's true.
So I feel like you could do it wherever, but like that, it is more powerful when you're at the source, which is the Ego. But that's another thing that I wish they didn't do with Infinity War though, was like kind of take that away completely and make it so dependent on Ego. Like I wish that by him, like having a kid with Star-Lord or whatever, that he kind of had his own,
Mm-hmm.
But
Eureka moment.
Yeah,
that kind of pissed me off too, man. Because I'm like, man, Star-Lord about to be OP, bro. We about to get it. Like I remember in the theater when I saw this junk, I'm like, oh, we ready, we set, bro. That's it, bro. We made it. We out the hood. We living. And then they're like, oh yeah, nah.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, bro. Like, man, thought he won the lottery about to move his mama out the hood.
Yep.
And then just went back, yeah, no, sorry, mom. It was just a prank. Sorry. Nah, man, I hated that too.
Yeah.
But nah,
hopefully Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will do something different with that, but we'll see what happens.
I don't think they will anymore, bro. Or what if they do, though? What if they do, like, oh, wait, you actually still have this power. You just didn't.
Yeah.
Because maybe Ego didn't know the limits of it.
I feel like they could, especially since they're bringing Adam into it.
True.
Yeah, true. Oh, man. I hope Nathan Fillion plays Adam, though, to be honest. I need that. Okay, other powers. Good.
Who next?
I'm still thinking about it.
You still thinking?
I'm struggling.
Okay,
I feel like I saw it in the comments of like Doctor Strange with the sling ring. Like you could go anywhere, and like just teleport all this stuff. And I mean, personally, like loving to be outside and travel and experience different things. Like I feel like that would be like mine because like I could go anywhere like at any time, and didn't have to like worry about travel and all that stuff. Just go. I feel like that would appeal to me most just because I love exploring and experiencing new things and new cultures and all that stuff. So I feel like it was Tisha said it that would probably be like the one for me.
Yeah. I got one. I don't know if you're ready yet.
I think I'm gonna go with Doctor Strange. Not because of all of the cool stuff he can do, just because of his photographic memory.
Yep.
Because my memory sucks.
Yep.
I don't even care about the powers or anything. But
you could do it. Wanda does it. We saw Wanda do it.
True.
But she don't have photographic memory though.
No, it's not photographic memory.
Because that's the thing that makes Doctor Strange unique. Is the fact that he was able to learn so many things because he could remember them.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, she kind of has it. I mean, she's reading that book, so is she gonna remember everything that's coming from it? So we don't know that yet. So I guess it's possible.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to wait and see for that one.
Too. She's just flipping pages at this point.
Yeah,
but some people are good. Some people are good readers. Some people just got good memory. I don't know. Maybe there's a spell that she can. Maybe in the first page there was a spell, memory unlocked. And then, like, the first spell is, like, in order to... Right, imagine. The first spell in the book was to unlock your memory so you can remember things. So that when you read the book, you can not forget anything. Honestly, yo, I think the smartest answer for me personally would be Tony Stark's brain and his money. Because think about it, bro. I got bills to pay. I gotta eat.
One or the other.
Huh? No. I mean,
One or the other.
I'm choosing Tony Stark as a being because it'll have his money and have his brain. And even if I had to choose, I would honestly choose his money. If I had to choose between the two of them, because you could be super smart and be like jack broke and don't know how to market yourself. You could have the best invention and someone could steal it from you. True. And like some smart guy with money can probably just buy your blueprints and like you can. So being smart doesn't always mean everything. But I mean, I would just choose Tony Stark just because. One, I like Chipotle. Chipotle is expensive from time to time. Be going there. I would get
Chipotle like at least once a week.
At least once a week. But and I would choose Tony Stark minus all the trauma. Right? Yeah. Minus all the childhood trauma. I just because look, I could travel wherever I want. Money won't be an object to me. Alright? I can actually donate to the world like I really truthfully want to and not have to worry about my own wallet because I can help take care of the world and still be good. And then I could just fly. I could just make a spaceship and just go. Freak Earth, I'm going somewhere else. Alright? And come back. So I mean, because the whole Doctor Strange thing with the sling ring is cool, but like I can sling ring to Hawaii and not have any money to buy a drink. Like, just go there. Unless I learn a spell that allows me to make money with new serial codes. That'd be cool, right? But then again, that's just illegal. So I'm not really about that life. So I think too deep about these things. But yeah, that I would just. Long story short, money and like brains, because I can just make something like go somewhere. Like bump this, man. Just build a whole like house in space. Just live there.
Get your helicopter, man. Bump this.
Also, though, think about it too. Tony Stark, though, is capable of using anything around him to get himself out of situations. Because think about back in... Yeah, he's like MacGyver. And I love MacGyver, bro. Like, I bought a Swiss Army knife because I love MacGyver. I wanted to be MacGyver when I was younger. Like, I find myself kind of like resourceful. I can kind of just make ghetto jerry rig things. Like if I need a stand and I don't have a stand, I'll just take some duct tape and some stuff and I'll just make something. Like, so Tony Stark back in the cave when he got kidnapped. You saw what he was able to do just with what was around him. So, he was very OP, to be honest. Another hero I would want to be is because of his smarts. Yeah, that's true. But again, being smart, though, doesn't necessarily equal being able to take care of yourself. Because you got to have other skills, too. You got to be able to market yourself. Because remember the guy, the fake Mandarin? And
that's true.
You remember how smart he was, but, like, he was just, like, a weeb. Like, he didn't know how to, like, do anything. He was just there and, like, want to meet me on the top of the roof. Whereas, like, Tony was smart, but he also had the charisma and the charm, and he knew how to market himself. He knew how to sell himself. He was a personality. So you kind of have to have other skills, because one of my other cousins, like I'll name him, like he's super, like I won't name him, but he's like super smart. Genius. Like he's a lot smarter than me, bro. Like I have like 125 IQ. He's like 130 something, bro. That guy's like smart as jack. I think he's like above that, to be honest. But he's super smart, but like he lacks people skills, and he lacks like the ability to like sell himself because he's so shy, and he just doesn't do anything with all that talent in his brain. So he can like walk in a room and like predict everything analytically just from looking at the whole situation, but like he's kind of like Suki, bro. Just like lazy and like. And
we talking about the same?
Huh?
Which one?
No, I'm saying the cousin I'm talking about.
I know, which cousin?
We're talking about... I ain't gonna say his name.
No, I know.
Who? I don't think you know him.
Okay, so not one I know.
I don't think you know him.
Okay.
But we're talking about, like, Suki. You know Suki, IQ, how he is, like, super smart, but he's just, like, unmotivated?
Now we're bringing this into conversation.
I'm just saying, like, the whole point I'm trying to make, y'all. I'm taking too long to explain my point, but that's what I'm just trying to say. Like, you can be super smart and lack other skills that are needed for survival. I think Stark money is a result of having Stark IQ and not separate power. I think it's separate though, because the money he got was from his dad. That was inheritance. He didn't earn that money, right?
He just knew how to keep it.
He knew how to keep it, exactly. Even when he had that other guy in the first movie that was trying to bunk gang his stuff, right? Like literally trying to take his stuff. Literally trying to take over his business. No, was it Iron Man 2? I think was it Iron Man 1 or Iron Man 2?
2.
Was it 2? No, I think it was 1.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
no.
which guy are you talking about? Because technically that happened in 1 and 2. Because technically Sam Rockwell's character was trying to take him out so he could be the business guy for the weapons in part 2. But then in part 1, Jeff Bridges' character was trying to
I'm talking about Jeff Bridges.
That's 1, yeah.
Yeah, that was 1.
Yeah, because he was literally trying to undermine his whole operation, bro. Like trying to take over his whole, like trying to take over all his functions.
They
bro.
locked him out of the board and all that.
Yeah, like man was really trying to take over his operations, bro. And Tony was like, "Nah, dog. This is my family company." So that's a good point. He knew how to keep it. He didn't earn that money. He knew how to keep it. His dad paid for him to go to MIT. Yeah, Obadiah Stane. Yeah, his dad paid for him to go to MIT. Right. His grandfather was a genius that had money. If it was anybody in the Stark family that earned their money, it was Howard Stark.
True.
Howard Stark was in the fields working for that junk. He was grinding out here making that money. That's what he was doing. I want Isaiah's old enemies to realize he's not dead and come back for him. I think Isaiah. Oh yeah, his old enemies. I don't want that though. Isaiah
I just
did,
want him
bro.
to live his
Yeah,
life.
Let him live. Yeah, he vibing, bro. He listening to the Clockmaster music on Spotify, bro. He chilling. Like he's listening to lo-fi. He vibing right now. You got no time for that. Doing his
lo-fi.
man is making his planting his plants. You know, doing his thing, bro. You ain't got time for that, bro. He living his life. Let the man rest, bro. Let him chill. He did his time, bro. And plus he was in jail for 30 years, bro. Hell no.
Yeah.
Let him vibe. Let him raise his grandson.
Let him rest
I
in
like
peace.
that they didn't expose
Let him
him.
rest in peace.
Yeah, because they think he's dead.
Oh yeah, let him rest in peace.
That's what I'm saying. I like that they didn't expose him. That they weren't like, actually, not only is he a legend, but he's alive. Because then he would have been, like.
Could you imagine? And then he's like smiling. He's like, on the inside, he's like, God damn. I was chilling, bro. Like,
Right. Let a man live his life in peace.
Literally, bro. Let him actually rest in peace. Like, he's just chilling, bro. That'd give a solid way to introduce Patriot. Nah, man. I don't want them to nah, bro. He good, bro. He good. Let him chill, bro.
I want them to introduce Patriot without taking out Isaiah Bradley.
Right? Let him chill, bro. Let him chill. Man just trying to do his gardening and complain about life.
Both old cops team up. The both of them just like old and wrinkly, just there with the shield.
I'm sorry. Every time I see old Cap, all I see is Joe Biden, bro. That's all I see. So like, all I can see. That's all I can see, bro. Oh, bro. What a beautiful ending. The museum scene. Yeah, bro. The museum scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one got me.
Yeah.
Yo, in the reaction, I'm just like so stone faced because I was just like trying to make sure that everything was gonna be okay. And then as soon as we stopped the reaction, I just started bawling. I was like, that was great.
Yeah, you like, okay, is everything okay? Okay.
Yeah. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was like waiting, and then as soon as everything stopped, I was like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Javon made a good point. You can see Patriot showing up in Cap 4, Sam being a mentor. Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that. I'm all for it. It'd be funny though, because you see their reactions to each other.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be back there.
It.
I'm gonna come up there, and the Sam was like, "All right, kid, shut up." Like, you don't know who you're talking to. You need to learn some manners. Oh man, nah, that ending was great, man. I nearly cried. Chan almost cried. So stone
legend.
Yeah, I was pretty chill all the way up until the Lassie got me.
Man, it had me in the first half. I ain't gonna lie. That was me. Oh man. Oh, what villain are you most looking forward to in the MCU? Because a lot of people think that the MCU has a bunch of weak villains coming up since Thanos is not there anymore. What y'all think? Any villains y'all looking forward to, or villains you want to see?
I don't think it would be on such a catastrophic level, so I can understand why they would say weak, but I would say Mandarin. Like
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
one that I'm really looking forward to, especially like with the whole Ten Ring situation.
Real Mandarin, not Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, although I do love Ben Kingsley, but yeah,
Force
I don't love
Wars.
what they did, but I love the way he acted because he was hilarious to me. But
Yeah, no, he was funny. He was funny at the end. He was like, what's his name? I'm an actor.
yeah,
My name is, what was his name? Steve or something? What was, not Steve. What was his name?
I forgot.
Wasn't his name like Kevin or something? Some weird name, some like normal name.
Yeah.
It's like, see, I'm an actor.
All
I have
I'm
a
seeing is
boat.
Alan now.
Alan? Oh, yeah.
Actually, King Ugly just brought up a good point. Like Red Skull's released now after the whole thing with the Soul Stone. So technically, he could face Sam like in this current area. That's actually
Trevor Slattery, that's his name.
no,
Yeah. Trevor. My name's Trevor. They call me Trevor. Yeah, the Thunderbolts. That's all I was gonna mention. Yeah, the Thunderbolts. Zemo and US Agent, and they all gonna be working together, bro. It's gonna be cool.
I mean, I'm not super deep into like all the villains that are coming up. But I mean, like obviously, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Kang the Conqueror. That he'll be pretty
I was
good.
about to mention Kang. Mhm.
And then Gore the God Conqueror. Is it Gore the God Conqueror or what?
I'm not sure. Somebody, Javon, correct us in the comment.
Our
one that
resident Marvel
I think it's
expert.
Bradley Cooper is gonna play for in Thor.
Bradley Cooper is a legend, man.
But it's like Gore the God Conqueror or something close to that.
Javon, help us.
we gotta get Javon on one of these.
Yeah, Javon. Yeah, Javon. Next time we do one of these, bro, I'm gonna hit you up. We
Next
gotta
one would
get
be Loki.
Loki. We gotta get you in on this. Or even Bad Batch or something. If we do a conversation for Bad Batch, we gotta get you in on this, bro, because you're the Marvel expert, bro.
But yeah, to see all those and then to see what if they're gonna continue to do stuff with Zemo. And the kind of anti-hero person that now is U.S. agent and those type of people, just to see where they're gonna pick up all those people. Gore the God Butcher,
Christian Bale. That's right. I saw the set footage.
Yeah, so I mean Christian Bale is just awesome. So I mean I'm interested to see what with his character.
Him, right? Christian Bale.
I've seen his face.
He played Batman, Dark Knight.
Sure, I haven't seen it, but sure.
And I'll react to those.
Wait,
You
hasn't
gotta
seen
what?
Dark
You gotta see
No,
that.
she's gonna react to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
I'm trying to get through the rest of the DC movies first, and then I'll go back to it.
Yeah, she was reacting to a lot of the DCEU stuff.
Sorry, Colin. I'm getting there.
Yeah, no, she hasn't seen Dark Knight, bro. Those are
Yeah.
some of the best movies ever, like best comic book movies ever.
I got
made.
like 2 more movies, and then I'm going to Dark Knight. So.
Yeah, she got to do Birds of Prey and what else?
84.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 84 and Birds of Prey.
Okay.
Love to have trouble with your computer. You just need if your phone is good, bro, and you got like a decent internet connection, bro, or even if you don't want to show your face, it's all good, bro. You definitely got to get you one of these though, because you're the Marvel expert. you always know all the little details of this stuff.
I got a question. Somebody earlier, I read it, but I forgot to tell you. Somebody asked, do we think that the government or whoever's going to try to experiment on John Walker now, since he has the serum, to make more?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because he's not under government.
I'm not 100% sure the government knows that he took the serum.
Yeah, he don't know. He kept it under wraps. He kept it under wraps.
That's a good point.
I'm pretty sure, like with his like court martial and stuff afterwards, I'm pretty sure that's something he would not have disclosed to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially after they were like, "Freak you, bro." He was like, "Bet, all right." I was gonna let you in on a little secret, but you want to be like that? Okay.
Yeah. Now maybe something with Madam Hydra doing it, like I could see something more along those lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, the U.S. government doing it, yeah, he didn't tell them ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Madam Hydra is gonna be all over that though.
That's actually one thing we didn't talk about is John's redemption. The fact that he saved that car.
Mm-hmm. I think that goes to show his anti-heroism too, though.
Yeah, for sure.
He was like traumatized from war, so I expected him to kind of just become fully evil at this point. But when I saw that he actually saved the car, I was like, oh man, this is dope. Because then he didn't actually like fully transition. You know,
because he's not. Yeah, because that's the thing. I don't think John is truly evil, man.
Yeah,
No,
I feel like
he has good. It's like he has good intentions. He just doesn't do them the right way.
Exactly, and especially, I think too, because he had to. It was mentioned that him and Lamar, rest in peace, had to do a bunch of crazy stuff in the military, and they talked about it. So for him, he feels like he knows what it takes to accomplish certain goals, and it's like in his DNA at this point. Like he had to do so many different things in the war that causes.
It's that soldier DNA where you gotta get
exactly.
The job done.
He gotta get the job done. Whereas even though Sam was in the military too, he didn't have to do some of the things that John might have had to do in the trenches. You know, he was on a rescue unit. I'm not trying to demean his experience or anything, but I'm just saying like the things they had to do were a little different. So and his whole approach on life is different. Plus too though, this also I think what they did with John too was actually raise serious awareness about how important it is for mental health within the soldiers in the United States, especially veterans who come back to the United States, how important mental health is. Because he never got... Sam, I think, was a little better because he had the chance to deal with his demons and to talk it out. And that's why he created those little groups where he could talk to soldiers who were going through things. And for them to go and get that mental support. John didn't have that. John still had PTSD. He was still dealing with things. Even this, and Lamar, I think, was like his rock. The guy that he could talk to about those things.
Yeah. Because he knew what he was going through.
Exactly, because he knew what he was going through. That was his boy. So, as I said, John Walker is a very complex character, and I'm glad they introduced him because he kind of opens up the gray area. And like this show, man, like Falcon and Winter Soldier was like really raising awareness on some serious stuff, man. Like mental health, history, representation, right? What it means to be an American, what it means to be a soldier, what is good and bad. Because Carly,
and I feel like it's kind of nice that they didn't just like he flipped and now he's bad. And I agree. He's just a bad person. Like you could just hate him, whatever. Where they just give him like that added layer of complexity where it's just like the real world. Everything is not good and bad. It's not black and white.
Exactly.
There's
a lot of gray.
There's a lot of gray shades in there.
A lot of neutral tone stuff
it's up
too.
To your personal interpretation of how you feel about those things.
Exactly.
So it's not like, oh, he was good. Oh, flip, now he's bad, and there's no coming back from that.
Which is why a lot of people love anti-heroes like Punisher and Venom and Daredevil, even if you want to say he's an anti-hero. Deadpool too. Deadpool's just a crackhead, but like Deadpool just does what he wants. But like the Punisher too, he's a very complex character. That I can say is very similar. That I could say might be very similar to John Walker in the aspect of like them both being ex-military, both of them having to do some crazy stuff in their lives, and having to make those decisions because like sometimes with snap judgment, you don't really get a chance to think about the best option. And I think what we got to see too with John was did he stop a terrorist? Even though the guy might have been a good... Did he stop a terrorist? Technically, yeah. Did he take down somebody that was killing a lot of people? Technically, yeah. But it's all about the way that you do things. And I think that's kind of what it all boils down to. The way that he did it. He was angry. He was enraged. And I get that, man. I really do get it. But it was definitely fun seeing the Dora Milaje whip his butt, though. I love that scene so much.
And he's like, who are these people? Like, he didn't even know.
Touched her. First of all, you don't understand this, bro. You don't touch women. You don't know them. You don't touch a black woman. You do not do that. You don't do it, bro. Because one, women are slept on like nothing, bro. They people like for in a patriarchal society, bro. Women are slept on like crazy. You don't put your hand on a woman like you don't know her, bro. That's why I'm glad. First of all, I don't even think it was the point of the fact that like no, like you're in my space now. You're touching me. I don't know you. Just because I'm a girl, just because I'm a woman, don't give you the right to touch me. Mm-hmm. I think that's what that scene also shows. You don't just touch me. I'm a respected warrior. Freak you touching me, boy. Like you don't touch, especially a black woman, bro. You don't do it. They've been like literally like pooped on for so long, and the minute you coming out here in an American suit. It's just so bad. That's why Sam warned him. He's like, "Don't do it." Sam told him, "He's like, don't do it. You got your American suit on." Hi, John Walker, Captain America. What, boy? That's
I like how Sam or Bucky's like, we should probably do something. He's like, "Oh, good job, John."
Good job, John. Bro, I love that scene, bro. That scene was amazing. I had so much. They defended themselves. They defended their honor, and I ain't even mad at it. And John learned a lesson from it. Shoot, if he didn't know then, he know not to do it now.
And she picked up the shield. She's about to take it back.
Yeah, right.
Like, waiting, looking.
She's about to take this. Okay, let's go. There's controversy around this. I want to hear y'all opinion. Somebody said, I saw this tweet. I thought it was so stupid, man. The man said how it's disrespectful that Dora Milaje disarmed him, even though after there's that how they betrayed his trust or whatever, and like how after all this time you trusted him or you supposedly trusted him, now you're just gonna disarm his, put a fail safe in his arm because it shows that you didn't trust him. I'm like, I don't see it that way.
I don't see it that way either. I see it like it's just the way that it was programmed, pretty much, and they know how to turn it off.
They know the tech. They know their tech.
Yeah, I don't think it's that they were like, in case he bugs out.
Yeah,
because there's always going to be that chance either way. There's always going to be the chance that he could like snap back into it.
Yeah.
Like it's never going to go away.
True.
I don't even think it was a failsafe though. I mean, I honestly really just think it's Wakanda technology. The Dora know what they're doing. They know how their technology operates.
Right.
They're trained.
And just at the end of the day, like it is a weapon that they developed. So, like obviously they're gonna build a failsafe into a weapon. Like you're gonna have a safety. I mean, like, even though it's his arm and he can use it for regular day stuff, it is still like Matt was saying, it's Wakanda tech, and it is able to be used as a weapon. So you're gonna build some sort of safe into a weapon.
Bucky takes it off to bathe. I don't even think he knew how to take it off though.
Now he's going to.
Now he's gonna know. He's like, you gotta do this.
Like,
and you gotta do this.
He's been having to oil his arm every day.
Yeah, he gotta oil his arm every day. Like
the only thing that would confuse me is like, for example, during the fight with Walker, when he gets tossed against the wall and it's like shocking, like it's like electrocuted, kind of like if it got like faulty. I just wonder how it always goes back. That's kind of one thing that I've always wondered. Like, it shows that it was messed up because it's like all static, but then it's just normal again. I'm like, I'm confused by that.
I think so like any most sophisticated machinery. Most sophisticated machinery, and I know this because I've actually worked on a few. My dad's an engineer, so we've worked on a couple of things like this. A lot of like washers and dryers, like really expensive ones that run with really smart computers. If there was a chance that it was a surge, there is a switch that is built on the inside of it that can basically reset it in the event that it were to static out or have a surge. You can think of it as a basic surge protector too. You can have a chip inside. You can easily create a chip inside of that thing that if it were to glitch out, it'll reset. Like most phones too. If my phone, I know for a fact too that my phone, because it's happened, was plugged in, got shocked when the power went out. and it basically just kind of reset.
Mm.
So that's one way they can do it. Or two, it can simply just, like someone said in the comments there, Brandon, it's probably just an on and off switch too on there.
Yeah, right.
Literally,
it's just like behind the arm. Or
yeah,
something.
literally, it's probably like a button or something. You got to press. I don't know. It could be that too. So I mean, self-repairing technology. They got a lot of self-repairing technology out there.
I mean, there is like prosthetics now too, that they'll be like on a battery or something, and you just gotta like kind of take it off and charge it.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like something along the lines too. It's just a battery inside of it that's just constantly going,
or even like because he hit it, it could have just been conducting electricity. Like it knocked the human part of him kind of out, but like it may not have like actually, because it's Wakandan tech and all that stuff. Like it may not have actually like affected the arm like that much.
Yeah,
no, it can actually probably conduct outdoor electricity pretty fine. But like Colin said, the fact that he, is also human, that junk won't shock you. So, but I actually do think the arm was perfectly fine.
They could probably track it with Bluetooth anyway.
That's true, man. Wakanda tooth, like whatever.
Like 5.0.
Right? Look, this is an advanced technology that even Shuri was smarter than Tony, and Tony was seen as the smartest man on the planet, and Shuri was smarter. She looked at the Iron Man suit and was like, "What the hell? Like, what is this? What the heck is this? Amateur? Like, I did this when I was in 5th grade. Like,
probably second
grade. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's Wakanda. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some stuff set in place for the arm to work properly. Because if Hydra could do it, you already know Wakanda could do it better. Yeah, Sony can absorb energy. Yeah, I think Colin made a good point though. Like the arm was fine. It's just that him being human, he can't necessarily. Humans can't stand a certain amount of voltage, so he probably was just knocked out. But I think the arm itself was okay. Shuri's smarter than both Bruce and Tony. Yeah, of course. You saw Bruce. Bruce got talked down to, and he got like how much PhDs? Like 7. Something like that he said, and like Shuri was like talking to him, he was like, yeah. Oh, you know that. You know about gamma radiation. I studied that in like when I was 6. Gamma radiation was my midterm. Like
big brain, hell yeah.
Big brain out here. Let me see, one word.
Wrinkle brain.
Maybe self-repairing. No, yeah. Bucky's bad at asking questions. Yeah, I have 7 PhD and Hulk has. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, Hulk has 0. Hulk doesn't even have a P in the HD. That was bad. What else you got? Kamala Khan's powers looking goofy. I don't think it looks goofy.
I got one thing that I need to happen, and if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be very mad. Which is, in the Loki show, I need Owen Wilson to say "wow" one time. That's all I need.
Yes.
If that doesn't happen,
wow.
I'm gonna be so mad at the show, at the writers.
Wow.
Just wow. That's all I need.
Yeah, he needs to say it because they need to add it to the rest of the videos.
Yeah.
The compilation of him saying wow.
If that happens, I'm sure there will be an hour-long cut for you, John.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh wait.
Making a song out of Owen Wilson's wows.
Just to make a beat out of it.
Yeah, right. Make a whole beat of it. Change the frequency. Make a nice kick out of that wow. Chupacabra Jones. He.
By the way, that
Chupacabra. The first thing I think about is The Walking Dead, bro. When Daryl in the earlier seasons was so confident that he saw a Chupacabra, bro. He was mad confident about it too. Speaking of Bruce, I can't wait to see him back in She-Hulk. Yeah, I can't wait to see him and his cousin do their thing. I want to see Hulk She-Hulk.
Oh, that would be fire.
Mm-hmm.
The
Abomination.
Off against Abomination, yeah.
But didn't they already bring Abomination in though?
He was saying about all the people that might show up, like cameo in the show. Like I'm excited to see who they're gonna cameo in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but didn't they already bring Abomination in the Incredible Hulk though?
Yeah, he wasn't. I don't think he
wasn't he dusted.
I don't think he got killed off. I think he just got like arrested.
Okay, I haven't seen that movie in a while, man. It's been a
Because
minute.
I think that's when he uses the ball and chain thing, and he basically I don't think
you never seen Incredible Hulk, Shan?
We skipped it in our thing.
Oh yeah, we did skip it in the rewatch. That's true.
Wow.
Honestly, guys, whenever I rewatch Marvel, I never watch that movie.
What? I do. I watch Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, and then it's on to like the Avengers and.
I literally just watch Iron Man and go straight into the next one. I just skip Incredible Hulk.
I skip Captain America 1 and Thor 1 because I'm not really a fan of those movies. Like, yeah, I know.
Wow,
but
this man.
All
right, you're uninvited.
Is it uninvited?
You invited the.
You're not coming to the
I
wedding.
love Captain America 2, but I don't like the first one. It just dragged too much for me when I was first watching it.
The first one was great,
I
right?
can't do it. I can't do it.
When's the last time you saw it?
I can understand Thor, but
I can understand Thor, but Captain America?
Nah, I couldn't do it. Like maybe now if I try again it might work.
No,
but
try it again, bro. Cause that movie.
Keep trying till it works.
Yeah, keep trying till it works. Cause that movie, that was my
like,
movie, bro.
Like this movie.
I love that
It's been
movie.
years
I think that
since
movie
that.
was great. Like,
And actually, sorry, go ahead.
no, you good, bro. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought up a good point about Red Skull. I don't know if you read that. That he might come with a different mask. Because like when he comes back, he might come with a different face. That would be sick. If they actually make it the actor that took over for the other one, the one that took over for Infinity War Endgame, which is the guy from Walking Dead. He's like in the later seasons.
Sorry, back to Captain America. I'm on you, bro. Javon said Captain America, the first Avenger, my all-time favorite film. I agree, because like honestly, look, this is the things that makes that movie great, in my opinion. All right, feel free. You can disagree. I respect your opinion, but I think you need to watch it again. But
Like, I see your opinion, but I think it's wrong.
I think it's wrong, but I respect it, and I respect your right to it. But no, this is me with that movie, man. Like we see Steve. This is the movie that defines Steve Rogers for being Steve Rogers, right? The same guy he was when he was skinny, trying to enlist in the army, is the same guy he was when he passed on the shield. Mm-hmm. From the beginning, he always cared about people's interests. He didn't care about himself. Him jumping over the grenade, right? All of those things. Even an introduction with Peggy and Howard and meeting the Howling Commandos, which gets referenced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The Howling Commandos, the Shield, him taking on the Shield, him doing the different things, touring as Captain America, those comic book references, him just stepping out over the line to go above and beyond, him first taking the Shield, training with it, seeing him grow with the Shield, because me and Shan had a lot of conversations about the difference between how John handled the Shield versus how Steve handled the Shield. Steve was like Sam, right? Steve was like a prodigy almost. And I wouldn't say a prodigy. John was the prodigy. I would say Steve was the guy that was just okay. I think for those who play music, I understand what I mean. It's like somebody who plays music by ear, which is like me. But somebody who knows every single composition element there is to make a film score. They know every single note. They know every single tremolo, every single crescendo, all the details. That's John. John was that guy. Steve was the guy that played music by ear and made bangers. Right? Like, that was him. I feel like once he had that shield, he became one with it as time went on. He was able to figure out different skills, even physics, without really knowing the intricacies of physics and how it works. He was able to figure out how the shield was supposed to come back to him. And we see those things in that movie, and we see the progression, and even with Red Skull, and the self-sacrifice. That movie, the soundtrack too in that movie, the score for that movie was da 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 bum ba bum da da. Man, like, bro, First Avenger was a banger, and I don't like that's out of all of the movies, that one is like one of my favorites, bro. Like it's up there. It doesn't beat Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was fantastic. But out of all MCU movies, First Avenger is up there for me, man. First Avenger is up there. I enjoyed it so much more than Captain Marvel in terms of origin stories. It's one of the best origin stories. One of, not the best, not the de facto, but one of the best origin stories in most superhero movies and superhero stuff that I've seen in media. So that's my take. Welcome to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Buy the DVDs on your way out. There's a lot of subtle things about the way the different Caps use a shield. Yeah, John Walker used a shield as a weapon. Mm-hmm.
We talked about that too.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah, literally. Steve, I felt, used the shield as an extension of him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You know, if he can reach out to you to help you with that shield, he would. John was straight up trying to attack people.
Mm-hmm.
The one time that he used the shield to actually save someone was when he threw it on the ground, which is really cool, by the way. When he just kind of flung it on the ground to save Lamar when Lamar was about to hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Dope scene. John Walker was a prodigy with that shield. He was literally like the perfect soldier. They trained him to be the perfect soldier, and he was. He knew how to handle the shield. He was with it. He was quick with it. He understood it. But I feel like Steve just kind of, like I said, the shield was an extension of him, and it meant so much to him. Even in Endgame, we saw that. Right? The shield didn't mean nothing at that point once Thanos cut it off. Right? Mm-hmm. But he still struggled with it. Put it on. This shield is an extension of who I am. Even if it's not, even if it's not useful anymore at this point. This is still who I am. This is who I have always been. Mm-hmm. And when I think back of the first Avenger, you even have those deep moments when the Doctor, I keep forgetting his name, the Doctor is talking to Steve and told him about, hey, look, the reason why I chose you is because you are good at heart, and it only makes the serum makes you more of who you are. And Steve was that self-sacrificing man. Even when he was skinny, didn't have any muscles, no speed, no agility, no strength. Nothing was special about him physically. As a soldier, he was useless in the eyes of those people.
Right.
But
he said, like, we don't need any more large men or bullies going to fight the war. What we need is a small man.
Exactly. Somebody with a lot of heart. And again, that's what makes Captain America, because the other movies don't really. That movie, again, Origin, was supposed to solidify who Cap was. And I think it did a great job with that. That's why I just really love that movie. And again, I'm a little, the movie also has a lot of, close place to me because of how I saw it the first time. Being in that really broken chair that can't, cockroaches in the theater, the projector was like dimming out. Like, it was such a ghetto theater, but like, I loved it. Matt, can I ask you a question, George O'Neill, if you can type in the chat? I don't see him. George O'Neill, I don't even know if he's still here. But if he's still here, can you chat in the chat? He wouldn't be able to answer that question.
I think it was only like 300 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, it was only 300 seconds, so he probably would have bumped this. But yeah, no, man. I look, I can rant all about that, bro. But I definitely think try watching it with some of the points that I made.
No, I see the points you made. I've always seen the points you made. It just doesn't change the pacing of the movie, and that's what makes it so like not good to me.
I don't know what the pacing for Thor I get.
Yeah, the pacing for Thor is
yeah, that one was rough.
Hot man.
Yeah.
It was like 80% him being like, "Give me back my power."
Being a whiny spoiled child,
right? And then
Thor's making an appearance.
Yeah, Thor. Yeah. You said Thor, and like Shan's dog is Thor. He's out there talking. No, I mean, I get what you're saying with the pacing, man. I mean, I didn't get that issue for me. I thought it was fine because I'm used to watching a lot of draggy, slow
character
films.
pieces.
Yeah, character pieces. I literally watched The Crown, for crying out loud. Right?
Oh, yeah,
The Crown is one of the most.
Man.
Huh?
You're a brave man. I can't
I love The Crown, man. I'm on season 3. Look, The Crown is a slow but beautiful show, and if you can't sit through something that I even sat through Outlander, man. Some of the slowest moments. You watched Outlander.
Outlander is very slow.
Outlander is very slow, but I love things that are slow and intentional. I don't like things that are just slow and have no purpose. And I don't think that was First Adventure. I mean, I've watched things that were just super slow and it was just like a waste of footage and screen time. Like, I like things that are slow and they take their time to build up. And Like Attack on Titan season 1.
That
She
was
struggled
rough.
so much through it.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was super slow, yo. For those who know, it was super slow. It was
The ending is where it starts
draggy.
picking up.
But then
Iron Fist season 1.
Man, Iron Fist, I didn't like the acting, man. I didn't like the screen. I didn't like the screenplay.
Hey, I mean, I don't blame you for that either. But Iron Fist season 1, the pacing of it was not good.
Didn't make it past episode 3
See?
because the screenplay was just not doing it for me, man.
Nah.
Like Daredevil was also slow too in the first season.
Yeah.
Luke Cage was also
I feel
slow
like
too.
it had more action than Iron Fist though.
Okay, true.
Rebels was kind of slow for the first season.
Which one?
Rebels.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But it picked
That's a
up.
good one.
Resistance was kind of for the first
Yeah,
season.
Resistance first season was just but season 2 was like. No,
Yeah, season 2 they
Attack on
brought that.
Titan's pacing, I didn't mind it because I'm used to, like I said, I'm used to watching slow period pieces. I love period pieces. I love them to death. I watch them whenever I get a chance. So it doesn't bother me, right?
Well,
So
I'm just like
but
action.
for her, she was like
fight.
action. She was struggling. I was like, babe, come on, we got this. Like, let's just push through it. And I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did because season 2 was like it's great so far. It's just great, but I don't mind the slow storytelling. Thor was just a waste of footage in my opinion. I was just
And just that did give us our one inside joke though.
which is what?
Thor and Jane.
Oh yeah, with Thor and Jane. Yeah, Thor and Jane. Their whole romance was just like God no. Show has no purpose equals filler episode. Yeah, I get that. I mean, look, man, if you're not a patient person by design, you're not gonna like slow paced things. That's just what it is. And you don't have to be a guy that likes
So
that.
you're calling me out.
Yeah.
No, I'm not calling you out. I'm not calling nobody out. I'm just saying, like, not everybody's built for that. A lot of people have some. I feel like a lot of people have some degree of like ADHD in some aspect, and like some people are just not good at paying attention to certain things, and that's fine. Like, not everyone's built for that, and it's not even anything offensive. Like Shannon can't do. She can't like not do something. She has to be. She has to be like doing something.
Yeah. I have not sat still.
You see how she's like
full time.
moving her chair? She has to like. That's just how she is. She kind of has to like touch things and like move around and like.
Way. I keep touching my beard or I keep dancing.
Yeah.
It doesn't...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could sit still.
No, someone said Game of Thrones. I got through Game of Thrones really quick though.
Game of Thrones was slow though.
I
It had a lot
watched it
of-
in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All 8 seasons.
Yeah. All.
Damn.
Game of Thrones, I loved it, man. Again, fantasy world, slow. It was slow. It had a lot of slow stuff, but when the action hit, it hit. But it was slow, but like, I got through it. No thing for me, man. No thing for me.
You ever seen Immortals?
Immortals?
Henry Cavill?
No.
Gotta see it, man. It's so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. Let me see. Did I miss any comments?
I think we're good. Chupacabra just said he agrees with Iron Fist.
Yeah.
I
Nah,
can't
man.
get over the name.
Yeah,
It's the Jones.
The
Yeah, I know. I had to take the
just
opportunity to say
Chupacabra
it. Now
Jones.
that I had the chance.
Chupacabra Jones. What is one show that you watch that you'll never watch again? This is like going sidetrack now. But like, what's one show you watch you'll
Ooh.
never watch again?
I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I would say The 100. I don't know. I finished the
Yeah.
whole series and it was so good, and then the last season just had me so mad. I was like, you know what?
My sister feels the same.
It's so bad.
She feels the same. What about you,
It's such
Colin?
a shame.
I don't think I've come to a show yet that I can't ever rewatch it. Although I think probably the CW Flash probably is starting to get like I feel like after like season like 4 or 5, it's like I like still kind of watching it here and there, but like it's kind of dropped off for me, and like I really feel like I wouldn't go back and watch it.
Like
Yeah.
I would go back. Like when it comes to the Flash, I would go back and watch the seasons I liked.
Right.
That's what I mean. Because those
Like the
seasons
first
were
couple
great.
seasons would probably be good, but then like after that, like you wouldn't watch the full show.
I wouldn't ever watch season 5 again, ever in my life. Never, ever watching that damn season again. And I'm never watching season 4 ever. No, season 5. Freak season 5. Never watching that season. Like I was, if I'm like whenever I'm rewatching The Flash, because sometimes I go and rewatch some episodes. I always skip season 5. Freak season 5. That's just me. But season 1 is the best. I loved it. Season 2 was great. Season 3, amazing.
Season 1 was awesome, and I feel like season 2 was still pretty good. But then like it just kind of like
season 4 was kind of where it but everyone's different. Some people really liked it, some people didn't. I'm curious to see how Shan's gonna feel when she gets there, because overall I love The Flash as a show. I just think some things need to end,
and I got tired of some stuff just like being the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, that was my biggest issue.
I'm trying my best not to spoil anything for her, because
I'm trying to be as generic as possible.
Yeah, being generic. Yeah, like Arrow. I'm glad it ended. I was just about
to bring that up. Arrow has a certain thing with it that the villain always has to escape if it's not the end of the season.
Yes, I hated that so much, dude. I hated that.
I love Arrow, but that is one of the worst.
But that's why I started to appreciate certain shows like Titans or like The Boys or like other shows that was like not the same BS over and over again. But Colin, you were saying something?
Oh yeah, just that like I think that's one of the big reasons like I never really got into like Green Arrow that much. Like I feel like I watched some of it and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not about this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a chance to watch.
I'm struggling.
She's struggling through season 1.
I'm only on like episode 3.
Because the pacing
is good if you look at it from a Savage point of view. Especially the first couple seasons. If you look at it like he's basically like Batman that doesn't mind like bodying people, then you're gonna be fine. You're gonna have fun.
It's not even him. Like I think he's cool. I'm just like, it's just the pacing. It's so slow right now, and I've gotten so many spoilers from Flash already. I'm just like, well, what's the point now?
Like me, the first CW show I watched was Arrow. My cousin told me to watch it because my cousin Charlton, he's like, if there's a big show, he'd be like, I'm watching this thing. And he would just dedicate like 2 weeks to just binging it, because he binged all of Shameless in like 2 weeks. He went and binged like all like GOT in like a week. He just finds like big franchise and just like binge watches it. And he's like, all right, that was good. Next. So he told me, he was like, yo, watch Arrow. I was like, bet. I'm like, I don't know, man. This guy just... Because honestly, I didn't know I didn't remember Arrow from the comic books. I didn't know anything about him, to be honest. So I was like, man, this guy's running around shooting arrows, man. Like, he's shooting guys with guns. They got arrows. That's whack. And then I'm like...
Fuck, I want to be.
Right? Hey, I'm like, this guy got guns. My uncle would always be like, this guy, tell me how you have guns. My uncle said he put on Arrow. He watched it and he saw guys with machine guns shooting him, and he took out all them machine guns. He turned off the TV and just didn't even finish the episode. He's like, I'm not even watching this no more. So for me, I was like, wait, that made no sense. But then when I watched it on Netflix for the first time, that was the first CW show I saw. I watched it. I was like, ooh, I love this show. Like, I love the tone. I love Stephen Amell. I love the kind of gritty feeling that I was getting from that show, and I loved it. And then when they introduced The Flash in that show, I was like, oh, bet. And then I started watching The Flash. And then here we are. So, I mean, Arrow as a show, I think, is the most superior of all in terms of writing, because I feel like that was the first one they actually cared about. Yeah. Flash being second, they actually cared about that. But then after that, all the other shows, they were just like, all right, let's just start doing this, and let's start doing that, and then we're not going to care about this, and then that, you know?
I feel like in terms of CW shows, it always works better when the villain isn't known. That's just my thing. Whenever they know who the villain is, and they come up with plans to stop the villain, that's when it slacks, because then the villain always gets away if it's not the finale.
Yeah.
Or at least, somewhere near. Sometimes they surprise you, and they do, like bring in some kind of twist, but for the most part, especially with Arrow in particular, you'll notice that like a lot of the time, if they're about to try something, it might not go the way they plan for some strange reason. That's the only thing that's...
Without going in depth, my favorite thing from the Arrow was that whole, Ra's al Ghul stuff.
Yes. Yeah,
Man,
honestly,
my
same.
God, that was best. I
Same.
love that like whole arc for Hour. I think that was top tier, like screenwriting, top
Mhm.
tier, like just acting. But let's stay away from the CW for a little bit, man.
Yeah,
Let's stay
yeah.
away from the CW.
The thing I'll say is keep a lookout for whenever he's raging. Whenever he's raging, that's when the story's at its best.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Whenever he's calm and he's collected, then it's like, okay, this is going a little slow. But if he's raging, guaranteed there's gonna be some crazy shit going on. Like,
Yep.
That's just how.
Yep.
So
But
back to you two. What are the shows that you guys couldn't go back and watch?
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't tell me.
yeah,
Do I even have one?
do you have a show
I don't know.
that you never watch again?
Which show have we watched that I've hated?
I don't know. I don't think I. It's a tricky question because I don't think I have one. I normally don't continue things that I don't like. Like if I don't like, I normally give it a fair chance. If I don't like it by
Yeah.
like the 6th episode, 7th episode, then I'm out of there. Like I'm never watching that again, and I won't even remember it.
Yeah, I'm really thinking hard about this.
I don't know.
Maybe Riverdale.
Riverdale. I get Riverdale. Yeah. Oh. Nancy Drew. Never watching that again. It was a waste of time.
I never even started that.
Bro, show's so dumb, bro. So dumb. Never watching it again, bro. CW just. I had hope. I had hope. I had
Scared
hope.
for Powerpuff Girls, though, to be honest.
Powerpuff
nervous.
Girls. I'm only looking forward to it because of Chloe Bennett.
Because of what?
Chloe Bennett.
Oh wow.
Chloe Bennett
I'm
and
looking
Duff.
forward to it because of Donald Faison. No,
Oh, yeah.
That's
Nah.
saving it for me.
Chloe
Two types of people.
Chloe Bennett, yeah, 2,000 people. The simps and the people who simp after the guy from Scrubs. Nah, Chloe Bennett and Duff Cameron. That's the only reason I might watch it. I don't think I'll actually seriously watch it though. My mom told me Kung Fu though, the one that they've been advertising a lot.
Yeah.
She told me Kung Fu's fire. She told me it's actually good. Doesn't feel like a CW show, so I actually might have to check that one out because she's been watching it with my dad and she said it's great. Like let's get it for like Asian leads, bro. We need more of that crap. We need it. Let's get it. Like, I don't think CW ever had something like that. Runaways, I didn't even bother watching it because I heard stuff about it. I love the comics though.
Wait, was Nikita on CW? I don't think it was, right? It was on CBS, I think.
CBS? I think it was CBS. I don't think it was
Maybe it was
CW.
CBS.
No, I don't think it was CW.
Oh. Wait,
oh.
I saw somebody ask you earlier if you saw about Miss Marvel's powers being a little different.
No, didn't see that.
They said
How different?
Supposedly, it's not going to be stretchy in the show. It's going to be more like a I guess like a hologram fist or something. I don't even know. Let me see what the exact
No,
term
don't
is.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. No, they have to do it that way.
It's gonna be. They said supposedly her powers will act as a projection of her fists and not actually have stretchy hands. It'll be more like Green Lantern.
Oh no! Oh no! No! No!
Oh no!
Credit to King Ugly because I didn't say
No! All right, then I don't know, bro. Marvel, you had me in the first half.
You've been obsessed with saying that lately.
Because it's applicable. Nah, I don't know about that one.
I
Cause
think we'll need a trailer to see that.
yeah, I don't know about that whole Green Lantern thing. Because the whole point of it is that she's
stretchy.
Oh yeah, she's stretchy. Yeah, she's Javon Marvel expert. No, she's still gonna have her powers. That was just a rumor. Okay, I trust you, man. I trust you. Looking forward to Powerpuff Girls for Chloe and Dove. Exactly, me too. She's over here looking at me like this simp, bro. I can't stand this guy.
Yeah, you are.
Because I was obsessed with Chloe Bennett after watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., bro. She's great in that show.
Yeah, man, she was great in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm only on season 2, but like
shrimping.
shrimping. No, she's a great actor, man. I love what she does. Man. Season 2 is great. I don't know if you have anything else that we want to like really talk about, man. Because I'm trying to think of one last good question.
Okay, who do you think we're gonna see in Doctor Strange 2? Let's go with that.
Everybody.
Everyone and everything. Everyone and everything, and I think Wanda's gonna body him, and then I think he's gonna have to learn something, and then
Be like, let me sit you down real
yeah,
quick.
sit her down. Real
That's
quick.
not a good. I mean, that's not a bad prediction, to be honest. That could really happen.
It's chaos magic, bro. I think they're setting her up to be a villain for real, for real.
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna body him, and he's gonna have to like figure it out and get help from other people, from the multiverse.
True.
To take her down because she's in the movie.
I mean, technically, he could be leveling up off screen, but I feel like they wouldn't do that.
No.
So, yeah, there's a good chance that because they showed her leveling up with the book and everything, she's just gonna like sweep him.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Gonna dust him in the first half. He has to figure it out.
Dust him in the first half.
Word. That's a good point.
Oh man. Samuel Matthias. It's a little too much to recap.
Yeah, we've been going for
We've been going for 2.5 hours or so. So you're gonna have to just rewatch it, skip through. If you don't really want to watch a certain part, you can just kind of skip through.
Yeah.
And just kind of watch what you want to watch when it's re-uploaded. Now that the time stone is destroyed, Dormammu can return as well. Ooh.
Oh, that's a good point.
I just want to see him go annoy him.
Yeah, I just want to see that shit go and annoy him, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, what? No, not him again!
Free me!
Free me! Free me!"
I can do this all day.
I can do this all day, huh?
You will know pain.
Oh, you will know pain, and the world shall know pain.
Yes, that's a good point, Sean.
Select few people.
Only a select few people will understand that meme. Man, Donnie doesn't really understand the greatness of Naruto Shippuden. My heart like really hurting right now.
Okay, guys, I just want to let everybody in chat know that if you want me to watch Naruto, come over to my channel and comment it on a video.
Please do. I will comment on every single one of your videos right now.
Enough people.
I will react to it.
My recommendation is enough for you.
It's not.
It's not.
Not this time.
No.
Yo, I do not like.
No.
All right, Donnie, I'm gonna make a deal with you right now.
That this one time, I can't do it. Like I really can't. But if people want me to react to it, I'll do it.
Donnie, I will literally make a deal with you to watch Naruto. Anything you want.
Look at Deko's comment.
What? Do it, Matt. Put me on. See, I keep hearing that, but from what I've seen so far, from the first,
you watched 2 episodes, bro. You watched 2 episodes, bro.
Why should I have to watch a whole season?
Because the
show is like a deep show. It's so many layers, my guy. So many layers in this show. You can't go off the first 2 episodes. Not with this show. This show, and look, another thing too. Look, this show does have some problems. It got some fillers you can skip. They got some They have some things where they may extend a certain storyline for a little bit too long. However,
what happens in the second episode?
Huh?
What
literally, like nothing happened in the second episode. Like nothing.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is not.
I
Like literally nothing happened.
Exactly
like Shannon had to watch like a
ended.
good 6-7 episods to really be like, okay, I see what it's doing. You
need-
haven't even met all the other great characters. My God, bro, you haven't met Itachi, bro. You haven't met Kakashi.
They gotta come and they gotta make you.
Bro,
watch
if
it.
you do you know Aizawa's character was literally inspired by a Naruto character? I hope you know that, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Literally, there's a whole character in Naruto that's literally like Aizawa's dad, bro. Like Aizawa's a carbon copy of Kakashi. Like Kakashi was the one that inspired. Like, thank you, laying down. Naruto's everything, bro. Man, bro.
It was good, bro. I haven't
I'm gonna write a whole 5-paragraph essay why you should watch it. I'm telling you, y'all just sleeping,
you can
bro.
Write it to me,
Bro,
but
that's
just no
it.
spoilers.
Okay.
Wait, what happened in the second episode?
My name is.
Oh, the whole Konohamaru. You haven't even seen it, bro. Donnie, I'm disappointed. That's like nothing. That's like nothing.
Okay,
That's
we need
my
to get.
problem. Is that I was sitting there going, this
But-
is nothing's happening right now.
The show has
Yeah.
over 500 episodes.
Bro,
you
get-
expect to
Why
see
do I have to sit
everything
and
in the
watch
first 2?
Watch the first at least 20
The
episodes.
first 20
and you will be
episodes,
hooked.
bro.
Okay, I'll make that deal with you. First 20.
Because that's
Deal.
when that begins.
That's when. Oh no. Does it end here? Does it end here?
That's the first arc.
Oh, okay. Does it end at this arc though?
They're over here
Yes,
doing
this is
research
the-
to like.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yes.
definitely gotta watch the first 20, bro.
Watch the first
Okay,
20
first
Come
episodes.
on, dog. Like,
First 20. I'll make it.
literally,
You
deal.
will
Deco
be
said, just
hooked
watch
by
the
that.
first arc. Your opinion will change. Like, I wasn't
Okay.
messing with Naruto. I wasn't messing with it. I was that guy that just was not messing with it. I didn't see the hype until I watched the first arc.
That first arc defines the entire show.
I wouldn't say it defines the entire show. I would say it really gives it off to a good start.
Well,
Is that what you mean?
Everything is affected after that
point. Oh yeah. It gets crazy after that. The first 2 episodes is just set up. You got to understand that's nothing. The layout of the show, right? Like the way how the show is supposed to work. Like it works in arcs, and sometimes arcs can go from 10 to 25 episodes. You can't just watch the first 2 episodes. The man ain't even do nothing yet. He ain't even become a ninja. No, but he didn't even become a ninja. So Donnie, you expect this man to become a full-fledged ninja, dropping bodies by episode 2? Really, bro?
I just expected more than I got.
Was Deku doing that?
Was Deku doing that? Deku wasn't doing crap until like the 7th episode. This man was not even then.
But more happened by then. That's the point. Is that more even if it's not him doing it, more happened by then. So
it's called okay, first of all, My Hero's timeline, right? Yeah. Everything happens in a condensed fashion. Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, wanted to tell this story from Team a guy, because right now Naruto is a full-fledged adult. There's so many things that happened from when this guy was a kid to when he was a teenager to when he became an adult. By the time you get to this point, you don't even remember the first 2 episodes. That's so irrelevant. Like that's nothing, bro. Like I got some choice words that aren't family friendly, bro. Like, man, you got that one. No, because like I literally don't get like I'm not the guy that like gas up stuff that I think is just overrated. Yeah. Look, the show. Look, let me like on a real though. Like besides me thinking like on a real though, the show got problems. It has a lot of problems and some things that like any other show has. Right? It's not the most perfect anime out there. But it's like one of the best you will ever watch because the storytelling,
such a beautiful, heartbreaking story.
Not just heartbreaking though, very inspiring too. Yeah. Because there's some lessons. Some people might think it's corny, but like there's some like lessons and some writing points in the show that has literally inspired me, bro. Like there's some things, some speeches that were made, or some like,
like damn.
That hit me. Like there was like some philosophical things that was like by the time the arc finishes and the character learns something super big, I'm like, whoa, bro. Like the tale of Naruto is the best way I can describe it because you haven't even met Sasuke yet. He ain't even met Sakura yet, bro.
I know who he is. I've seen him in the episode. He's in the class, but I haven't.
But you didn't even really meet him yet. You don't even.
There's so much depth
to him too.
So
like his whole story. Like
there's so much depth to every single one of those
everything
characters.
In the show gets explained.
Every single character has a story. Every single character will make you feel things.
Every single character has a purpose. Even the side characters, bro. There's a side character that she's obsessed with.
Which one?
Genma.
Oh!
Like you don't really see him a lot, but like he has some like important role in the story, and like
I just like him for other reasons.
There's so many characters that have like so many like redeeming moments, some developing moments, some like defining moments too. Some characters that you will like personally identify with. Like there's some characters I personally identify with because I see myself in them. There's some characters who get slept on. Who outgrow it, and then like the tuning exams. Thank you. Like the best way. Thank you, Deco. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the show is not like Naruto. Like he just gets this OP power up and he's the best.
He works for
like Deku gets passed on the best power in the whole land. And all of a sudden...
Granted, he did work for it.
No, he worked for it.
I'm like, he built up his body. But,
okay, he built up his body, but his power...
Naruto worked harder.
Naruto worked harder, 10 times harder than Deku.
I just hope he becomes less annoying from what I've seen.
He's a child, and you're watching the English version. He's annoying in the English version.
To be honest, either way, I'm probably going to find him annoying.
Bro,
but I would try it.
He's... Okay, Naruto...
You will find another character that you love. Even if it's not Naruto.
Bro, there's characters that I love way more than Naruto too, actually. There's character... The thing
Naruto's not even my favorite character.
Yeah, Naruto's not even her favorite character. Her favorite character is another character that's so, like, bad, bro. Like, he's tough. He is tough. Like, his whole story, like... Look, man, the whole overall story of Naruto is ending the cycle of violence. That is the whole core story at his heart, is how do I end the cycle of hatred and the cycle of violence? What does it mean to be a ninja? What does it mean to be a human? What does it mean to live in this world? Is violence the only option? How do I, like, there's so many deep stories that you can find from this, so many like redemption moments, and like certain villains too, like they have a purpose. It's not like, oh, I'm just trying to take over the world and stuff. Like some of these villains, some like crap happened to them.
Yeah.
And then like when you see their backstory, you're like, oh shoot, if I was in your position, I probably would have done the same thing. And then like, again, there's characters that was slept on. Naruto is a guy that goes from becoming, without spoiling, the worst character in the show to becoming the most well-respected character in the show. And how do you get there? It's a journey. You don't run. You have to crawl before you walk. You don't run before you walk. You got to get there. And he's a character that literally starts with nothing. Starts with no one.
Literally
Orphan. Starts with nothing. Have nobody, and is somebody who makes it, he finds a way to find the positive in every situation. He reaches out, he loves people, he loves helping people, he loves people's heart. He sees them, he hears them, and as he gets older, he will mature. He does mature as he gets older, and like the story matures with you too, because like the first arc was kind of directed towards children. But when you get to Naruto Shippuden, when he gets older, some stuff happened. It's like a 3 or 4 year time skip between when he's younger to when he's a young adult. And like he grows so much and becomes a young man and learns so much. You can see it, and even the tone of the show changes. Like Iron Man said, Jarvis, something you gotta run before you. Yeah, like sometimes you gotta just it just kind of depends. You can't just My Hero. I don't know. Like My Hero, I feel like My Hero is like a copy of Naruto. Naruto set the groundwork. And like
so many shows now.
Yeah, Donnie's like, are they done yet? No. Like, I'm passionate about this show.
It's like the most I've talked all day.
Yeah, this is the most you talked all day.
I'm letting them rock, but yeah.
Look, we can say all this. It's on the record here. Y'all seen this on the record. We can talk all this talk. At the end of the day, Donnie might be like, yeah, I started watching this crap.
Yeah. At least I pled my case.
I'm gonna stay true to my word. You said first arc. I'm gonna watch the first arc. I'm gonna power through it, and then if it works, then okay, I'll keep going. But if not, then sorry, guys.
It's just, and to be fair, if you do give the first arc a try, as you say, and you still don't like it at that point, even though I know it gets better than that, I can't hold you to it because you gave it a fair shot. Some people, but like giving it like 2 episodes and then like.
I couldn't, bro. I was sitting there with Jay and we were watching it, and I was there like, this is making me angry. Like, I don't want to watch this. And I wanted to watch something else.
I'm really trying to figure out why it made you angry, man.
It's just so annoying.
I don't understand though. Like, explain to me. I really want to understand.
Like, it awakened like a demon in me. I was just there like, bro, I hate this. I don't like this.
Johnny's inner gremlin.
I was like, I can't. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I mean, look, man. You didn't really watch a lot of anime before then, right? Besides Hunter?
Yeah, it was Hunter, and there was more like anime movies when I was growing up.
Yeah, you can't. In my opinion, you can't really watch something like Hunter and watch Naruto and expect to get something similar in terms of like writing, because I can understand why you would be a little upset, especially coming from Hunter and going to Naruto. I don't think that was the best approach, just because when the show came out, the type of humor was different. This was like the late 90s, early 2000s. So the type of humor was different. The type of writing was different. The type of things that they would do was a lot different. So you can't be too hard on it. It's like watching a movie from the 1950s. It's like watching The Shining, bro. Like the acting and it was so bad, man. Like some of the yeah, man. Oh, bro, what's her face? The female. What's her name? Jack Nicholson was great, but the female, her acting was not great.
Bro, they had her do like 300 takes of the same scene.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of her acting. I really wasn't. But I wasn't. Because at the time, with other movies that came out at that time, I've seen better. And I wouldn't even say. I think a lot of her lines were just kind of fell short for me. But I wasn't hard on it though. It's still one of my favorite movies of all time. I wasn't hard on it because the type of scripts that were made at that time was a lot different than what came after that. The type of writing changed. It's like I can't look at A New Hope and take it seriously and be like it was the best writing in the world. Hell no, it wasn't. A New Hope had some of the most corniest lines you'll ever see in cinema. But you know, I'm not as hard on it. You know, so all I gotta say, man, like just to stop the rant, because I can go all day, bro. Like, just honestly, man, don't be too hard on it, bro. Please don't be too hard on it. It's one of those shows you just kind of accept it for what it was at that time. And you will see how it grows. And certain things will grow on you. Certain characters will grow on you. It just
gets so much better as time goes on.
Certain things will be annoying. Yeah. Yes. But like don't look at it too hard. And like if you watch the first 20 and you still don't like it, then you know what? You did what you said you was gonna do. And I can respect that.
There's 2 episodes.
Yeah, just two episodes I can't get behind. It's like certain shows like Hunter.
It's like watching Clone Wars or Rebels for 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's like the
exactly
worst.
The first time I watched the first 2, but I didn't know about the chronological order, and I was there like, okay, this is gonna be an episode by episode thing. I can't do this. And then, sure enough, later on, I found out there was actually like an arc that I had. But that's
it's the same thing. No, the same thing with Naruto. Like when I watched Clone Wars for the first time, I was like, nah. And when Shannon watched it for the first time, she wasn't really feeling it. And I
remember that, yeah.
And I told her, I had to convince her. Like the same way I'm trying to convince you now. I've had many conversations with Shannon the same way that I'm having a conversation with you now. I'm like, just do it, bro. Trust me. Like, just trust me. It's going to get better.
Put in the work.
Put in the work. Just power through it. It's going to get good.
Chupacabra, by the way. Thank you. Somebody else, like...
You said I was the same way. Watch a couple of episodes, and I was like, nah, not for me. Yeah, look, man. Look, okay. Based on the animes I've seen personally, I can give a recommendation amount of episodes you should watch. Like, if you're watching Hunter, I think if by episode 6 you're not feeling it, then that's good. But usually everything between episode 1 to 6, it normally picks up by episode 6. Donnie, you've seen it. I think you'll be able to tell me. Do you agree with that statement or not? I feel like between those first 6 episodes...
I think... was 6 episodes on the Netflix version because there's the original version that drags.
Yeah, I'm talking about the reboot.
Yeah, the reboot. Yeah. By episode 6, I agree. Yeah.
By episode 6, I think you will know whether or not you like the show. For My Hero Academia, I think give it about 3 episodes, and I think you'll know whether or not you'll like it by then. By 3 episodes, because Deku doesn't really do anything the first episode as much, but by episode 3, when you kind of get a taste of the world. And what kind of, how things go, I think you'll like it at that point. Clone Wars, I say give it like 10 to 15, maybe 20 episodes, maybe a full arc. I say give it a full arc.
I was still struggling till like season 3, so.
Season 3, yeah. Sometimes I even say watch it till season 3. Because in my opinion, season 3 to season 4 are like my favorite seasons of the Clone Wars. I think it's some of the best things you'll see in the show. And when it comes to Naruto, same thing I'll say. Give it by the first arc. Because I wasn't feeling the show until I finished that first arc. And I was like, damn, that was freaking deep. Damn, I loved it. And then I continued it. So you kind of got to...
The arc is great. The arc is great.
The arc is great. Demon Slayer, you'll like it by episode 1.
Oh my gosh, Demon Slayer
I guarantee you 100% you'll like Demon Slayer after episode 1. If you don't like it after episode 1, then...
You're tripping.
But I think by episode 1, you'll like it.
I feel that way about Castlevania.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah,
was good by episode
1. Jujutsu Kaisen, Deco. I'm not Deco. Nah, Deco won't be able to tell. Deco won't be able to tell you that. It was Awase. Awase is the one. Awase was doubting me. I was watching Jujutsu Kaisen since day 1. I was like, by episode 2, I give it maybe 2 episodes for you to be hooked.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You agree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the same thing with her. Like by the end of episode 2, it's a wrap. So give it 2 episodes. And then that'll be good. So, it depends on the show, man. Like, and again, like even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., after watching season 1, I would say by episode 6 of season 1 is when it gets really good. For season 1. Season 2 is where the meat is. That's where the juicy stuff is. But season 1, I would say by episode 6. The first time I watched Clone Wars season 1 wasn't hitting for me. Season 3 to 4 was slapping. Yeah, same thing, bro. But that was a little bit of a rant. I get passionate about Naruto.
Went on for like half an hour.
You went on half an hour. Donnie has really good patience when he wants to have it. Because he just be letting me talk sometimes. I just be rolling off the dome and he be like, all right, let him do his thing. Colin's just chilling. No, I think we can actually get ready to wrap up though. But I think we pretty much talked about everything.
Yeah.
Deco said, "Hey, Matt, I watched you. So you don't sleep on me. My bad, bro. My bad. My bad. Literally, bro. Like, again with Yasuke, that new show. I reacted. I can't tell you right now because I've only seen episode 1. I can't tell you if you would like the show now by episode 1. Because by episode 1, I was like, but because I'm already interested in it, I'll watch number 2. But I can't recommend watching the show just after episode 1 because it might not be for everyone just off that episode. You know, I think that's it. Game of Thrones. How long did you think it took you to get into it?
I mean, I saw season 1 beforehand, like years before I like watched the whole thing, so
Yeah.
I was already interested at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, a couple episodes in, I was kind of hooked, but that might not be the case for everybody.
Yeah. For me, I was in it about like episode 3, 4. Outlander took me a little bit. Outlander took me about 10 episodes before I was like, okay, now I like this.
Yeah,
I was just
Outlander
like,
I struggled to get into.
The Crown, not gonna lie, was a little difficult at first, but because I was already interested in like British history and kind of part of my life, I didn't really care too much. I just kind of watched it. But anyways, yeah, we should really wrap it up for real. Thank you guys so much for watching, man. Answer wrong. I can't really pronounce the name, but thanks for showing up. You can catch the rest of the stream. Big fan, I appreciate it. You can catch the rest of the stream. Like just rewatch it. It'll be uploaded within like an hour or 2. So make sure check that out. Make sure to check out Donnie, by the way, good friend up here. Make sure to check him out.
Check out Donnie.
Down below.
Make sure to go comment to watch Naruto.
Yes, make sure to go comment for him to watch Naruto, please. His link is in the description box.
I'll check it out. I mean, I'm gonna check it out regardless, but I'll check it out faster.
No, man. Colin, make sure to check out Colin, man. Colin, the homie, always coming in clutch, always good. Check him out down below. Check out his Instagram. All his like Twitter and like Twitch and everything is all the same. And don't forget to check out Shan. Her link should be in the description, but if it's not, check out search up Cosmic Binks.
Or just go to any of his other videos.
Yeah, go to any of my other previous videos. The link is in the description.
I'm on there a lot, so.
Your hand went outside of the frame, and I like freaked out for a second.
Yeah.
What is happening? What kind of sorcery?
Thank you these guys for coming, having a conversation. Donnie, you say you are reacting to Bad Batch, right?
Yeah, it might be a little later because I'm still catching Mom up, but it'll definitely be hopefully like Friday latest, I would say.
Well, I'd be in trouble if I spam watch Naruto and Donnie's
Will
shit.
be spam? No, I don't think you'd be in trouble. Spam that junk.
If you do, you'll be fine. Don't worry, you good.
It'll help with the algorithm. It'll help with the algorithm.
I'm gonna go spam it now.
Chupacabra Jones. Hey man, your name, bro. You a G for that. Yeah, man. Definitely. I do plan on doing more live streams. I keep saying that, but like I just got like me and Shannon getting ready to move, planning a wedding.
Lots of
of stuff going on, man. It's hard sometimes to figure out what my schedule is like. Oh Lord. Yeah. But we're doing it because we want to. It's good. So, but we're gonna plan on live streaming time to time, and we'll do that. Javon, we definitely got to get you on another stream. For sure.
Yes.
But yeah, he says he's missed doing reactions. Hopefully you can get back to it, bro. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to say before we go, or any plugs, anything, any upcoming projects, nothing.
Not really, except for all the Star Wars. Just all the Star Wars stuff coming. I am gonna post the Falcon and the Winter Soldier reaction to the finale soon. I gotta restart in the edit sadly because my progress got lost. But yeah, so that should be soon. And then afterwards, all the Star Wars coming. Pretty much. That's pretty much it.
All right.
Thanks for writing.
All right. So that's it. Sayonara. Thank you guys. See you later.
Thank you guys. Stay positive.
Yes, be positive, and positive things will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We see you guys.